And Mary and Morgan.
Okay.
You okay, Bill?
No.
We were out late. We'll tell you about that. Because on this day in 1970, a band called Smile was playing a gig. Smile, a band that contained Brian May.
The lead guitarist of Queen?
Yes. And they invited a new singer to come sing with them.
Was it Freddie Mercury?
It was. Well, actually, he was Freddie Bulsara at the time.
Bulsara, okay.
Greek boy with bad teeth.
Not Greek, Pakistani.
Oh, Pakistani.
And those teeth make for great singing.
Apparently.
They played their first gig together, but it was billed as Smile because Roger Taylor and Brian May were in a band previously called Smile. They had booked that gig under that name, and I can't remember what happened to their singer, but they said, we're going to try this new kid out, see how he does. Now, obviously, that song we played, Radio Gaga, not part of that gig. I was hoping we could play a song from that gig, which was an early version of Stone Cold Crazy, which we did not have in our system.
Roger Taylor, by the way, the drummer, he wrote that song, Radio Gaga.
Did he now?
He did indeed. And here, let me read this lyric from that song. Referring to radio, we hardly need to use our ears, how music changes through the years. Let's hope you never leave, old friend. Like all good things on you, we depend, so stick around, because we might miss you when we grow tired of all this visual. I'm tired of waiting, Freddie.
That was a long time
I'm tired
ago.
of waiting, buddy. You know, that was a long time ago, and I've been sticking around this whole time. When did that song come out? Let's see.
You probably have it right there.
I do somewhere. So that song came out in 1984. I've been waiting at least that long, Freddie,
It's not long,
for you to get tired of the visual and come back to your old friend radio, and it hasn't happened. So long. I'm out of here. I'm
Bill,
out like trout.
You can't leave.
I'm
Don't
gonna
leave today. Carrie's not back till.
Okay, I'll leave Monday. so you'll have some somebody else here, because God knows you don't want to do just you and Katie.
No.
It has to be somebody else with you.
We need a boy.
Yeah.
There's
That's
no
right.
way.
You need a boy.
No one would listen if it was just two girls.
No.
Actually, they probably wouldn't.
They might.
I don't know. Name me the two-girl morning show that's famous.
If Tina Fey and Amy Poehler did a morning
You know,
show,
yeah, that would be
that's not
famous.
what I said. That's not what I asked you.
I know a successful podcast that has two females. There are many out there,
yeah.
but
So anyway, it's a nice sentiment. People,
my only friend through teenage
he
nights.
liked radio when he was a kid,
Yeah.
and then now he doesn't. And then there are references to War of the Worlds in there, which I like.
Which is a radio play.
Yeah, it was a huge hit.
Yep.
By the way, that song, #1 in many countries.
And there's very famous video of them at Wembley Stadium. You've all seen it. When the clapping Radio Gaga and the whole place is doing
Queen
it.
is really good at doing anthem songs.
Yeah.
Anthem songs, getting the
The
kind
whole
of
crowd.
kind of stirring sort of anthems.
yeah,
They are on my list of bands I wish I had seen when they were.
understandably.
The song Radio Gaga was released as a single with "I Go Crazy," and one side was "I Go Crazy," the other side was Radio Gaga, and I think "I Go Crazy" was also quite popular.
Well, Stone Cold Crazy was popular. I don't know about I Go Crazy.
I don't either. I just said that.
You just said that.
I just said that. What it says here, I'm sorry. It's I Go Crazy was the B side of that.
That makes sense.
Yeah, and the name
I
of
don't
the
even
album.
know that song.
The name of the album was "I Go Crazy" too, I think. So anyway, hi. I'll see you later. I'm checking out.
No, Bill, we're here.
Oh God,
We're here. Let's just do the show.
I'm not sure how I got here.
Bill and I were up late doing other things.
I should have left the event that we did and just come here and lay down on the floor of the studio.
That late, huh?
We can talk about it.
I mean, I was I mean, I got home at a fairly decent hour, but then I couldn't sleep for
Did
some
you go
reason.
drink on the porch like you said you
Yes.
were going to? You did.
Yeah.
When Bill and I left the event, which we'll tell you about, it was a beautiful night.
Yeah.
The temperature was perfect. The sunset was this purple
Beautiful,
and
yeah.
pink and gorgeous. And Bill said, "I'm going to go drink on my porch."
Go get a drink and sit on the porch. And so that I went and I got a drink and I started to head toward the porch, and then I ended up with my head down on the table, the dining room table.
Oh, no.
And with the drink in front of me, and then periodically I'd lift my head up and take a little sip, and then,
But you're here now. You
and
made it. You're
it's
here.
where I remained for several hours. No, I did go. Went to bed, and I just couldn't sleep. I don't know. It just was terrible. Anyway, are we done?
Can we have check-ins?
Oh yeah, check-ins.
Okay. Well, that's it for farting around.
Yes.
That's plenty of farting.
This has been Farting Around with Carrie, Bill, and Gina on X96, Radio from Hell.
Okay, then. Okay, let's take a break, and then we'll come back, and you can check in with us if you like. I'll try and see if I can. I may not see your check-in, but Katie and Gina will, and they'll direct you to the right place. 877-602-9696 is the number. You can check in with the Radio from Hell show, say hi. Whatever you need to say, what are you going to do for the weekend? Or you can text us if you prefer that, 33986. Coming up this Sunday.
Hell Show at 877-602-9696 or text us at 33986.
6:18. It is time to get this over with.
Yes, indeed. We will officially begin the program, and then we'll go to your check-ins on the phone. I see that Dale is hanging on. By the way, if our phone hangs up on you, it's not us.
It isn't. Yes.
It's just some glitch in the system, of course. And so just call back, and you should be able to get through. It's 877-602-9696. Gina.
Jerry Seiner Cadillac celebrates their new location with an incredible buying experience for your dream car. Come in today and experience the Seiner difference.
The moon is 5.8% of full. The moon will rise today at 8:12 a.m. Today being, what is it?
It's
Friday.
Friday.
That's
Friday.
the good thing. It's Friday.
Yeah, okay. It's the 27th day of June in the year of our Lord, Jesus Christ, 2025. It's Helen Keller Day.
Is it her birthday?
Yes. Yes, the anniversary of her birth. And she, the miracle worker. Although she wasn't the miracle worker.
That was Annie Sullivan was the miracle.
Yeah, her teacher. It's Drive Your Corvette to Work Day,
Okay.
which I did.
You only drive it. This is the one day a year
Yep.
you drive it.
Yep, the rest of the time it's in storage. And it's Decide to Be Married Day.
Okay.
It says here, getting married is similar to going out to eat with your friends. You place your order, then you wish you had ordered that when you see what the other person has.
Oh, I should have got that.
That's what getting married is like. And this is an all-new edition of the Radio from Hell show, starring the Lords of Morning Radio, Carrie Jackson, who I see is hanging on the phone as well. It's me, Bill Allred. It's over there, Gina Barberi. Katie, for short, is our producer, who's running the board and chipping in when she can for Carrie. Let's see, another sausage party going on in the producer's booth. It's Dawson and
Spencer.
Hi, Spencer. And
Bax.
Yeah, they're all boys.
They're all boys in there.
All boys. It's nothing but sausage in there. All right, now we go to your check-ins, 877-602-9696.
We'll start with Dale.
Hi, Dale. What's up?
Hi, how you guys doing this morning?
It is my buddy Dale.
What do you mean, your buddy?
It is.
This is my buddy. He's a good friend of mine. He works at the complex. He's a security guard.
Okay.
I normally don't get a chance to check in because I'm at work, but I am in Georgia on vacation, so I wanted to call, check in, and say hello from Georgia.
Oh,
He
well,
made
hello.
us the ornaments last year during Christmas.
Oh, okay. Hi, Dale. Dale, so why are you vacationing in Georgia?
My daughter graduated from high school, and she wanted to come tour the Vampire Diary filming locations.
Of course she did.
All right,
And
well,
you are a good
whatever.
dad. You're a good dad.
That's what we're going to be doing.
Let's go to Georgia. Okay. All right. Well, have a good time and be safe. Okay.
Thanks, Dale.
All right, thanks, guys.
Enjoy your trip.
See you later.
Will do.
Bye,
Yeah.
bud.
That's a good dad.
Carrie.
Carrie Jackson.
Well, you know, caravan is a lovely word. It's a word I made up. People are using it now.
Oh, it's our president on the line.
Say obliterated for me.
Obliterated.
Hi, Carrie. I thought you were just going to be relaxing on your last day in Japan.
Oh, I am. That's what we've been doing today. It's been a very easy day. No subway rides or anything. We've just been kind of staying here at the hotel and riding the monorail. Carrie loves the monorail.
You just like
It's
to
the
ride around
transportation of the future.
and look at stuff, right?
Well, what's cool about this monorail system that they've got here at the parks in Disneyland Tokyo Sea is that they use it for what Walt intended, which is a transportation device. It's to get you from one place to another. It's not like it is in Disneyland where it's kind of a ride. You know, here it's used as a transportation device, and I could ride it all day.
Well, I guess it just goes around in a big loop of sorts.
Big circle. There are two going at all times. They stop every 6 minutes and pick you up and take you to the other part. And you get off where you need to go. And we went in and had some wonderful soba noodles today and, bought some stuff. Drew's not feeling well, so we got some stuff for his tummy.
Oh.
Do they have Ritz crackers? Enjoy
They
it.
do not. I've not seen any Ritz crackers, Gina. No, I'm
My
terribly sorry.
tummy's
They
sick.
do
I
not
like
have.
Ritz crackers.
Oh, Carrie, did my text picture of Toast Man come through to you?
No, it did not. I'm not getting many messages as far as my new phone. My new, he puts in parentheses, new phone goes. It's just not working as well as I'm on Sue's phone right now.
Oh, I see.
That's
we've
how
been
we're
using
able to communicate with.
We've been using Sue's phone this entire last few weeks.
Well,
Yeah.
so
If you want,
Sue, feel free to charge Broadway Media for.
okay. Well, if you were to send me something, if you were to email it to me,
Okay.
I will get it that way.
All right, I'll do that.
But is anything else going on that I need to be aware of before I come back?
Not really. I mean, Gina and I were out late last night doing that Society of Professional Journalists banquet thing, emceeing that. And
Wait, there are still journalists?
yeah.
Actually, that was one of my takeaways from that, Bill, was that I am hopeful. Like these are people that still
They're dedicated
that
people.
still believe.
Yeah, they were dead.
So there were
yeah.
So there were 6 people in the room.
No, there were like 200 people
Yep.
there. It was
Yep.
a lot of people.
I thought newspapers were firing journalists because it just doesn't make any money. They were looking for influencers and people who can make clickbait for them.
Yeah.
I don't know.
These were real
Yeah,
journalists.
they were real folks. Some really great journalists from Millard County who won an award.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
who won an award for exposing this big scam that was going on down there.
Oh, well, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's a small
It's
town
nice.
paper.
I felt positive after leaving there last night, actually.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, the guy from Millard County, Carrie, you would have liked this. When he was accepting the award and he was talking, he said, look, journalism is still alive. If you want to do real journalism, I would advise you to go find a small town newspaper, a mom and pop newspaper, and just start working for them. And go, cover the local city council and because you'll find all kinds of dirt.
Oh, I'll bet. Absolutely. I remember Jeff, when he was working early in his journalism career, he loved that stuff because there was always some sort of BS that was happening on a small town level.
Yep.
Unfortunately, the Spanish Fork Press is no longer in existence. So,
Well, anyway, it was a late night, so I'm going to leave early. Goodbye.
Not till you got to stay till 10, though.
All right.
You can leave at
you got to
10:01.
stay till 10.
All right.
Stay till 10. 10:01 at least. Do a Barberry.
It's the Barberry
Wait,
exit.
4 and hit the door.
Yeah.
That's my motto.
All right.
Amen. That's one of the that's one of the classes that we attended at DJ school was do your 4 and hit the door.
Gina is also very good at having hot and a cot.
3 hots and a
Three
cot.
hots and a cot. She's good at that.
Well, we're getting ready to leave in the morning. The morning here, it's time travel kind of a situation.
Yeah.
We're going to be arriving Saturday night your time,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just hoping that my dog remembers me. I've been gone so long.
Oh, he will. He'll be so happy to see
Well,
you.
no, he's got a goldfish brain. I'm just convinced that he.
Who are you? Get out of here.
He'll bark at you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm convinced that's what I'm going to encounter when I walk in the door. It's like, who are you? This is my house. What are you doing?
No, he's gonna. I want to report though what happens, but I
Well,
bet he'll
we
just
will-
love all over you.
Why don't we talk about that on our Not Safe for Work podcast that we'll be doing on Sunday?
Sunday?
Yeah.
Plug for that sold out event. Yes.
All right.
All right. Well, y'all take care. I will see you then.
Okay. Safe travels.
Good night.
Thank you.
Love you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Well, he seems to be having fun.
Yeah, just a couple quick text check-ins.
Sure.
Kelly from the most center of Villes and George from the milliest of creeks. Mixer driver Shane checking in from Sundance again. It's concrete, Bill. Concrete.
Concrete, not cement.
No. Cement Dave would be our cement guy. Johnny B checking in. Heads up for anyone who wants some free blankets and chairs. There are a whole bunch around 20th West in Syracuse, saving places for a parade.
Just go.
Yeah.
Just go snag them.
Dominic Bonacci from Clearfield checking in, excited for the weekend alone with the missus. Hope you guys have a great one as well. Tree of Maine. I miss those beautiful evenings in Utah. I like the weather better here in Maine. Cardboard Chris, Sketchy Blake, Jocelyn from Sandy. I feel your pain, Bill. I do not want to do today either. Mike in Nashville. Happy Friday, y'all. Lola the Vibrant Potato checking in from the land of salty lakes. Stay safe, my fellow spuds.
The vibrant potato.
Crap, I missed the info about what time the podcast recording starts on Sunday.
11.
The event starts at 11. Podcast recording will start about 11:30.
Oh, okay.
Ella the Nanny, Chef Roy, good morning, Lords and Katie. I only get tomorrow off, so I'm just going to rest and relax.
Good plan.
Levi in Coachella Valley, Mikkel of Reno, Batchman Justin, Mishak of Erda, Tristan from the most west of Jordans, Woodworker Willie, Mr. and Mrs. Bear Coles checking in, Ty the Snowcat guy. Where are we supposed to send pictures of the Toast Man to? Just Carrie at x96.com. You can email him there. Alex from the land full of bounty, on my way to my 3-letter government job. Metal Shop Mark. Looks like everybody is present and accounted for.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's get this over with.
Traffic?
Yeah, also Right Wing Wade is checking in from I-15. Both lanes moving along nicely. Good morning, Wade. Thank you for that. And I would agree. I'm looking at the UDOT cameras. Everything is green and moving well. So if you have somewhere to go, looks like now is the time to do it. Alta Bank has your back with hassle-free accounts featuring totally free checking, no minimums, no fees. Jump headfirst into your future by visiting altabank.com or your local branch today.
All right, coming up after these messages and a song, it's going to be some big boy news and a Pinuendo. And then just after that, it is Frank Chris, They're Fine, Just Fine, where you'll call in, you'll guess the dead celebrity. There's 4 celebrities, one of them is dead. You'll have to guess which one, and you could win
tickets to see All Time Low October 16th at the Union.
Sweet. All right, all-time low tickets for Frank Chris, They're Fine, Just Fine, 877-602-9696. Call to play. Stockton 12 Honda.
Stockton 12 Honda is your number 1 Honda dealer. They're in the Southtown Auto Mall in Sandy. I guess everybody knows where that is, but you take 106 South exit off of I-15, and then you go start going east, and then you'll see on your left an entrance to the Southtown Mall. Is that what they're still calling it, the Southtown Mall,
Southtown
right?
Auto Mall.
And then on the right, it's the Southtown Auto Mall. And so you turn right and go in there. You go down the main road there. There's a Costco way down there. You almost go to the Costco, but there it is, Stockton 12 Honda. It is your number 1 Honda dealer, and it is a great place to buy a car. I've bought 3 cars there myself. I will buy others in the future because they know how to treat customers at Stockton 12 Honda. And I've done what we call remotes out there, and I've watched how the salespeople deal with customers, and they're terrific at Stockton 12 Honda. So it's really a great, I mean, sometimes the car buying experience ain't so great, but at Stockton 12 Honda, it is. Stockton.
You're right. I forget about it every time too.
So we're going to do some news now. And coming up, we're going to have Frank Chris Presents They're Fine, They're Just Fine. You're going to win. Do you like All Time Low? If you call to play, you're going to win those. And you can call right now and hang on during the news. You can listen to Bill doing the news on your phone.
That's a band, isn't it?
Yeah, All Time Low.
Yeah, okay.
October 16th at the Union. If you want more information about that show, you can go to x96.com. Also on the show today, I'm just giving Bill a minute if he needs a minute. Sean Means movie reviews. We'll be doing those. 2 segments with Have Another Drink with Jimmy the Wine Guy.
He is calling from Scotland.
So if you have questions about Scotland or
drinking in Scotland, or apparently they're going to Loch Ness, so Nessie.
We'll be talking to him about all of it.
All right.
News brought to you by Quench your advertising thirst with customized water bottles from Water Specialties, like this one I have right here at x96.com/live. See, we got the Radio from Hell logo on a bottle of delicious water. This could be your business or your event.
Why would I want Radio from Hell logo on my business?
Well, you could have your own logo. Your high-quality personalized logo printed on every bottle filled with purified or natural spring water. Perfect way to advertise your business or event. Get a quote by emailing Megan at waterspecialties.net.
Well, Sean Combs, Diddy, thought that his fame, wealth, and power put him above the law as he led a criminal enterprise for 20 years, using power, violence, and fear to carry out brutal crimes. At least that's what a prosecutor is alleging. And he told the jury at the music mogul's sex trafficking trial during closing arguments yesterday. Over the last several weeks, you've learned a lot about Sean Combs. Assistant U.S. Attorney Christy Slavic began. He's the leader of a criminal enterprise. He doesn't take no for an answer. And now you know about many crimes he committed with members of his enterprise. She said charges of sex trafficking and racketeering conspiracy were supported by proof that over 2 decades, Combs kidnapped one of his employees, committed arson by trying to blow up a car, engaged in forced labor, bribed a security officer, and carried out the brutal crimes at the heart of this case. Combs again and again forced, threatened, and manipulated his former girlfriend, Cassandra Ventura, and an ex-girlfriend who testified under the pseudonym Jane, into having sex with escorts for his own entertainment, said Slavic.
I predict he gets off.
The defendant
or if he's convicted, he gets a slap on the wrist.
The defendant used power, violence, and fear to get what he wanted. He thought that his fame, wealth, and power put him above the law. I predict that he will not get off, that the jury has found him not only guilty of these crimes, but they don't like him.
But you can't convict him for not liking him, and I think there's so much.
Oh, Gina, come on!
I think there's so much here. It's messy.
I think it's messy, and I think that the jury saw a lot, and they don't like him. And don't say that you can't convict somebody because you don't like him. It happens all the time. Because in the back of your mind, you think, I don't like that son of a bitch. I don't care for him.
Yeah.
And I think he's.
I hope he goes away for a long time because he's a horrible person.
You see, you don't like him.
I don't.
You'd vote.
But and I've been paying attention to this, and I can see where a lot of this, the jury would sit there and go, "This just sounds like a rich guy doing rich guy things."
You want to put money on it?
Sure.
Okay, $50.
$50 on.
He's guilty.
Just straight ahead.
Just guilty.
Okay. Oh, sure. Okay.
And you say he's going to get off.
I mean, I think either going to get off or going to get barely any punishment.
A slap on the wrist.
No, I don't think so. 2 more cases of measles reported in Utah yesterday, making it 5 total cases in the state in less than a week after not seeing a single case in years. Fox 13 spoke to state health officials to get answers about what the surge means to Utahns. We also do believe that there are a number of infections in Utah that are undetected. So we think that there will be additional people who will be identified over the coming weeks, said Utah's state epidemiologist, Dr. Alicia Nolan. Nolan shared that getting the MMR vaccine can help ease the worry right now. Go get it if you're unvaccinated, you're an adult or a teenager, or an elementary age kid, and you're unvaccinated. Say to your parents, "You better get me vaccinated now."
If you love me, you'll get me vaccinated.
But critics are talking about RFK Jr.'s new advisors rescinding recommendations for some flu vaccines. The advisory panel appointed by Kennedy Jr. voted yesterday to walk back long-standing recommendations for flu vaccines containing an ingredient that anti-vaccine movement has falsely linked to autism. The vote signaled a powerful shift in the way federal officials are going to approach vaccines, putting into action Kennedy's deep skepticism about their safety and delivering the first blows to a scientific process that for decades has provided effective vaccines to Americans. Consider that sentence. For decades, a scientific process that has provided effective vaccines to Americans. Now, in that time, missteps have been made.
Sure.
It happens. But they correct them, and they move forward, and they make sure. So this ingredient, this Thermosol or Thermosil or whatever it is, they say, no, that's been linked to autism. No, it hasn't.
It hasn't.
It was taken out of most vaccines.
That's what I was just going to say.
Because people.
It's a mercury-based preservative.
People took it. They took it out of the most vaccines, not because it was doing anything bad. It's because people were suspicious of it.
Yeah, and it's mostly not in it. They use it in big batches of things still, but mostly not being used at all.
So what does this mean to you that they're walking back recommendations about who gets the flu vaccine and when? What does this mean to you? Your insurance is going to stop covering certain things. And that
if
means
they can get out of paying anything,
that's
they
right.
will.
So then you won't. Then a lot of people won't get the vaccine, and then they'll get the flu and they'll die. Supreme Court today.
Yep.
Should judges be able to block Donald Trump on birthright citizenship?
Yes.
Yes.
It's
I don't
even
understand why this is going to court.
The 14th Amendment says if you were born here, you're a citizen. It's in the Constitution.
The Supreme Court, but the Trump administration said the president ought to be able to countermand that with executive order.
You want to do
No!
that? If you really want to get rid of that,
Amend the
Constitution. You can go through Congress and do it.
The Supreme Court is expected to decide one of the most consequential cases in modern U.S. history, whether a single federal judge can block an order from the U.S. president from taking effect nationwide. The case stems from that's the thing that it hinges on, which is kind of dicey. The case stems from Trump's bid to end birthright citizenship, which has been frozen by multiple lower courts. Lower courts said, no, you can't do it.
Yeah.
You can't do it. It's in the Constitution. The Supreme Court is not likely to rule on the constitutionality of birthright citizenship itself. No. It will instead focus on federal judges' use of nationwide injunctions, which have stunted key aspects of Trump's agenda. The Trump administration has argued that the judges have overstepped their power, but others say that the injunctions are needed to avoid chaos.
Yes.
Oh, by the way, former Supreme Court Justice Anthony Kennedy was giving a speech the other day, and he said democracy right now is at great risk.
Guess what, Kennedy? That's partially your fault.
Yeah, well,
for resigning when you did.
Many in the
which I'm still suspicious of.
In the rest of the world look to the United States to see what democracy is, and if they see a discourse that uses identity politics rather than to talk about issues, democracy is at risk, he said. Let's see. Evacuation orders remain in place as the Forsyth fire is burning in the Pine Valley area. As of Thursday morning, the lightning-caused fire is now only 5% contained, sits at 9,665 acres. Crews are hard at work on the edge of Pine Valley. They brought the fire's first containment. With the containment numbers, I mean, that 5% isn't much, but it's better than the nothing that they've had for several days. The weather forecast is not encouraging, however. Conditions will become warmer and drier starting today and lasting through the weekend. Wind gusts of up to 20 miles an hour are also expected. Let's see what else we have here. The U.S. Secretary of the Interior is dismissive of Mike Lee's plans to sell millions of acres of public land.
You would think you'd need him on your side if
Yes.
you're going to get this through.
The Trump administration, their guy, Doug Burgum, the Interior Secretary, says this plan of Lee's was not part of the original core bill. It wasn't part of the House version, so it's not a central topic. I don't think anybody's really spending any time thinking about it up here. Mike Lee, he's just a dodo. You know, nobody likes him.
Nope.
He tries to do things, and people say, "What? Would you just don't try to do anything, because when you try to do something, you screw it up."
Go sit down, Mike. It's
Yeah,
Mike, right? Go sit down, Mike.
Yeah, Mike, sit down. Let's see, and then finally this story. A dozen people had to be taken to the hospital earlier this week after a lightning strike at a South Carolina lake. Emergency crews responded to Dominion Beach Park near the Lake Murray Dam. You know where that is.
Sure.
Yeah, right. And assessed 20 patients, including 12 children. Lexington County officials said in a news release they treated 18 people on the scene. 12 of them had to go to the hospital. According to county spokesperson Vanessa Diaz, their injuries were not considered life-threatening, and all of the patients were expected to recover. They were in the water or near the water when lightning hit the water. Several people were holding on, or they were swimming. They were holding on to a metal cable and buoys that surround the swimming area. And everybody got a jolt, a huge jolt of lightning. It's amazing that nobody was killed, and the injuries were basically minor. Minor burns, and people were sort of disoriented for a little while, but everybody's going to be
Are they all
okay.
going to have superpowers now?
That's
the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, really.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They all got hit by lightning.
You know what?
Power did you get?
They're all going to have laser vision.
All of them?
They'll be able to burn things with their laser eyes. All right, that's the news.
Sports weather traffic.
Well, Utah may not have been Ace Bailey's first choice, but he was Utah's. Austin Ainge and Ryan Smith pegged the former Rutgers star as their top choice heading into the draft night. Dream scenario, Ainge said when he landed the 6'8" player. Clearly, the Jazz front office was unfazed by reports that Utah wasn't, quote, one of Bailey's preferred destinations. I don't think Utah is one of anybody's preferred destinations. You ask anybody.
It was Brigham Young's.
Well,
but Smith says he's not worried. And actually, I like how he says this. He says, naturally, he doesn't have a lot of experience of being out in the West. That's our job to make him love it. I'm confident in our state he'll feel love like he's never felt before, and he will accomplish a lot here. So just gotta win him over.
it's just going to take some time.
All right.
Get him some of those good rolls down to the Lion House.
Yeah.
There you go.
Take him to the buffet. Take him to the
Chuckarama?
Take him to Chuckarama. He'll like that.
That'll win him over.
Hey, the choice is yours at Chuckarama.
Maybe that's an X poll for next week. What do we need to do to get Ace Bailey to be happy about being here?
What makes you happy about Utah?
I'd be afraid of the answers. I don't know.
Some suggestions. Let's see. Weather. So we're hot and getting hotter. It's 70 right now. Going to get up to a high of 94 today. 66 overnight tonight. Tomorrow 93. Sunday 94. We're up near 100 by Monday, though, it looks like. No rain in sight. I heard people in my neighborhood lighting fireworks.
And you live in a good part of town.
Well,
I mean,
happens everywhere.
is it the lawyers that were doing it?
I don't know.
Maybe the doctors?
I don't know.
Yeah, my dog already got scared from going to the bathroom last night from them.
So they're for sale, but you are not supposed to light them off until the 2nd of July.
Yep.
But you can't help yourself. There are going to be fires. It should be illegal. That's how I feel.
The corporate heads of industry that live in your neighborhood were lighting fireworks?
Gina, I'm so glad you agree with me on that.
Oh, my God. Let's see. Traffic. We have a crash. Eastbound I-80, I-215 South Belt, milepost 130. Stalled vehicle northbound I-15 in Lehigh, milepost 281. Friend of the program says accident Parley's Canyon, mile marker 130. Thank you for sending that in, Infiniteam at 33986. Business owners, do you owe $15,000 or more on employment taxes and don't know what to do? McClure and Stewart, your local trusted tax attorneys. Go to McClureandStewart.com today.
Frank Christ is not here this morning.
Again?
Now, here's what happened. He was on his way here, and he heard Carrie on the phone.
Yeah.
From Japan.
Yeah.
Talking about riding the monorail and how fun that was.
Oh.
And he went, ooh! And he turned around immediately and zipped to Japan on his electric
He
scooter.
could be there almost instantly.
Yeah, and because he wants to ride the monorail.
Well, who can blame him?
I guess nobody can
We'll
blame
have
him.
to just. Did he leave you a list
He
of
did.
celebrities before he?
Yes,
Okay.
because he's installed a pneumatic tube in my. It's right next to my bed. So
That's unfortunate.
yeah, so I hear that wonk.
No wonder you're not getting any sleep.
So he gave me a list of celebrities. One of the celebrities on this list is dead, and this is the macabre game that we play. You pick the dead celebrity, and you will win a prize. Who do we have to play the game today?
I think is it Stefan or Steven?
Steven.
Steven.
Hi, Steven. How are you today?
I'm fine. I'm just fine, Bill.
That's good, Steven. That's really good. Now, Steven, you know how the game goes. Frank has given me a list of actors, and one of the actors on this list is dead. You identify the dead celebrity, and you will get what prize, Gina?
Tickets to see All Time Low October 16th at the Union.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know who we're talking about, Frank Christ, he's the Grim Reaper of celebrity souls. That's his specialty. He reaps the souls of celebrities, and that upsets him because he loves the precious celebrities. All right, Stephen, here we go. Because it is Decide to Be Married Day, Frank has given me a list of actors in movies about people getting married. Number 1, Peter Cook. He created the comedy stage review Beyond the Fringe with his partner Dudley Moore. The two of them appeared together in many, many, many comedy sketches. They also did 2 movies together, The Wrong Box and Bedazzled. Peter Cook appeared in The Princess Bride as the impressive clergyman who officiates at the wedding ceremony
Marriage.
between Buttercup and Prince Humperdinck. Yes, marriage. Number 1, Peter Cook. Number 2 on the list, Holland Taylor. She received several awards and nominations for The Practice and 2.5 Men. She had notable roles in several other TV shows like Bosom Buddies, The Powers That Be, The Naked Truth, All My Children, The L Word, and Mr. Mercedes. She was in a movie called The Wedding Date. Number 2, Holland Taylor. Number 3 is Joanna Gleason. She originated the role of the baker's wife in Into the Woods on Broadway, and she won a Tony for that, Best Leading Actress. Her notable film appearances include supporting roles in Woody Allen's Hannah and Her Sisters, Crimes and Misdemeanors, Boogie Nights. On TV, she was in ER, Friends, The West Wing, The Good Wife, and The Affair. She was in a movie called The Wedding Planner. Joanna Gleason, number 3. And number 4 on this list of celebrities is Janine Turner. She was Maggie O'Connell in Northern Exposure, that TV show Northern Exposure. She was in a feature film called Cliffhanger. She was in Friday Night Lights. She had a recurring role in Friday Night Lights. And she was June Cleaver in a Leave It to Beaver film adaptation of the TV show Leave It to Beaver. She was in Steel Magnolias. It featured a traditional Southern wedding. Number 4, Janine Turner. So one of those actors is dead, Stephen. Which one is it?
I want to say, is it number 3, Joanna Gleason?
No. I'm sorry, she's still with us. She's 75. Listen, we believe in second chances. Unlike Frank Christ, we believe in second chances. So listen carefully, and I think maybe you'll get it this time. Is it Janine Turner, Joanna Gleason, Holland Taylor, or Peter Cook?
I get a feeling it's Peter Cook.
That's a good feeling.
Peter Cook. He died a long time ago, actually, 1995. He was only 57. He was a really funny guy and a terrible alcoholic and smoked like a chimney, and it just all caught up with him. So congratulations, Stephen. You've won a prize based on his tragedy. So feel good about that.
Hang on the line.
I do feel good about that. Thank you.
All right. Say thank you, and then we'll have you hang on the line.
Thank you. You guys are great.
Thanks. Hang on.
After Frank goes to Japan and rides the monorail, he should go check on Vera Wang, the fashion designer. She's 76 today.
Holland Taylor is 82.
She's Sarah
partner.
Paulson's girlfriend.
Yeah, they're married actually.
Are they married?
I think so.
But looks like a light weekend for Frank. So maybe he'll be back in studio and ready to go on Monday.
Sure.
Maybe I scare him being here.
Maybe
that
I
he just can't.
I really hope he comes back because I'm tired of doing extra work.
Amen.
Traffic. Friend of the program says accident eastbound I-80 at the quarry. Left lane and both shoulders are blocked. Traffic backing toward the mouth of the canyon. So that's an issue this morning. We also have a crash eastbound I-80, I-215 South Belt. And whatever you're seeing, please share it with us. Text at 33986. Young Subaru's new state-of-the-art facility is now open. Experience faster vehicle service, an inviting coffee shop, and a streamlined shopping journey. Discover the future of car buying, vehicle service at the new Young Subaru on Riverdale Road. Think young, drive young.
All right, coming up after these messages, Sean Means just got here, and he'll have some movie reviews for us. So all of that on the way. KXRK Provo.
Missed a morsel of murder from your crime death?
Alternative X96.
7:03.
Sybil in Harriman likes the fast cars, so maybe we'll talk about some fast cars in Harriman.
In Harriman?
Sure.
All right. Sean Means, brought to you by
Tracy Aviary from Bird Shows, Roaming Encounters, Nature Play, Keeper Talks. There's always more to see with a visit to Tracy Aviary. Learn more at tracyaviary.org.
Well, here he is, Sean Means. Sean Patrick Means. He is a film critic, and he's also a reporter and editor at the Salt Lake Tribune. You can see his stuff at sltrib.com, his reviews at moviecricket.net. And Sean, are you going to talk about fast cars in Harriman at all?
If they go to Harriman, yes.
If they go to Harriman,
when they have the Harriman Grand Prix.
Okay, all right. What movies are we talking? I don't. Oh, here's the list.
I gave you the list. Come on.
Yeah. So we're just going to talk about F1
and Megan.
And Megan 2.0.
Oh,
Mithrigan.
Yes. You want to start? You want to start?
We
there?
will start with Mithrigan. Megan 2.0. This is the sequel to the 2023 movie about the killer robot in the form of a 10-year-old girl.
Oh, I didn't see it. Apparently, it was pretty good.
It was okay. It was fun. It was fun, ridiculous mayhem. So she was destroyed in the last movie by her creator, Gemma, played by Allison Williams. Mm-hmm. Or was she?
Oh,
yes. Of course she wasn't. We wouldn't have a movie if it did. Megan has been hiding in the software of Gemma's smart home technology, waiting to reveal herself. This happens when the feds come in saying that there's an even deadlier robot out there named Amelia, and there's an acronym, but I don't care, and neither do you. It's like autonomous military, whatever,
doesn't matter.
Something like that. The feds think Gemma is controlling Amelia because it's based on the same designs. It's based on Megan's original designs. So now this is now Megan's chance to come back, get some redemption, and fight the other killer robot. And if Arnold Schwarzenegger could do it in Terminator 2,
sure,
why not?
Yeah,
it's like many of the original players are back here. And Allison Williams, like we said, Violet McGraw as Gemma's niece, Katie, who's the person Megan is sworn to protect at all costs. And Megan, the same people who did Megan, the body actor who was only 15, and Amy Donald, and Jenna Davis, who's the voice actor, they're back. So
it's takes two people.
Yep.
To be one, to be
yes,
Megan.
you need the robot voice, and then you need the
is it CG'd in some way too?
There's some puppetry involved, but mostly it's
looks
just
practical effects though.
Yeah, looks pretty good. Cool. So the director, Gerald Johnstone, he's recycling the best bits of the first movie, which can be fun for a while, but it gets kind of repetitive. Mm-hmm. So this isn't as good as the first one. 2.5 for Megan 2.0.
All right. Now this movie is supposed to be the biggest. The best, the loudest, the greatest of all time.
Yeah,
F1.
F1, or the ads say F1 the movie. To I don't know why you thought it was something else.
Okay.
It's been a lot of while. Good racing movies are. There's some great ones.
Days of Thunder.
Days of Thunder in the '90s, Grand Prix in the '60s, Ford versus Ferrari just a couple years ago.
Was it the Steve McQueen one? Was that Grand Prix? Grand Prix.
Or no, Le Mans.
Oh, Le Mans.
Le Mans was
was a good one
because Grand Prix was Paul Newman.
Yeah.
Yeah. These actors who take up racing as a side hobby. This one starts with Brad Pitt as Sonny Hayes, who knows racing and will go anywhere and race anything to get that adrenaline rush. And he's definitely old enough that the name Sonny does not really fit anymore. We are told that he did Formula One some 30 years earlier, but he had a bad crash that knocked him out of it. So one of his driver buddies from back then, Ruben, played by Javier Bardem, he now owns a Formula One racing team, and he needs help. The team's in dead last in the standings, and if they don't win a race this season, the folks who run Formula One are going to make him sell the racing team. So millions of dollars are on the line here, and you can feel the millions of dollars because every flat surface in this movie and has somebody's logo on it.
So if you need help to save your racing team, you naturally turn to a washed up.
Yep. A
washed up has-been.
Yes, because this is the movies.
Yeah, okay.
So Ruben wants Sonny to come drive for him, be the number 2 driver behind his lead driver, who's this hot-headed kid, Joshua Pierce, played by Damson Idris, who's a cool young actor.
Okay.
He's good. He's arrogant, just like Sonny was 30 years ago, of course. You know where this is going.
Yeah.
The drivers are going to argue, then start to respect each other. They lose races, they get better, and the question, can they become a team? And of
course they can.
Of course they can. Well, and it also, to throw a little more into the mix, the team's technical director, the person who designs the cars, is the first woman ever to have that job with the Formula One team.
And they fall in love?
Played by Carrie Condon, and you can kind of guess what happens with her and Brad Pitt. Yes. The director here is Joseph Kosinski. He did Top Gun Maverick.
So he knows action?
So he can do action, he can do car go fast, vroom vroom.
Yeah.
That's what you need for this
but
movie.
Do you, so just speak to that for just a minute. Do you feel like you're in the car? Like this is what it feels like to be in an F1 car?
There's a lot of scenes, racing scenes, where you feel like the camera's in there with the car, with the driver, and sometimes that is Pitt and Idris. They
actually drove.
They actually did the driving for some scenes. They feel very real. A lot of big action here, and they get the camera. Like I said, get the cameras right there. You feel every moment of it. And if you're gonna go see this movie, and some of you definitely are, IMAX is the way to go here. You're gonna get the full sensory experience. Push you to the back of your seat kind of thing. You want that, the full visual and sonic effect. The downside here is that it is a sports movie, and every sports movie cliche, trope, whatever is in here that you can think of. And it is like a race course. You know where the turns are, you know where the finish line is, and it's just a matter of how well they complete the course. And here they do it pretty well.
Okay.
So 3 stars for F1. And like I said, it is playing everywhere, but go see it in IMAX if you really want to go see it.
Yeah, so you gave it 3 stars, not because it's a good story.
There's
other reasons.
There's nothing wrong with the story. It's just a story you know.
Yeah. Okay.
Here's the thing: sports movies, at one point or another, no matter how serious they are about the atmosphere, about the feel of making it feel like the real thing, whatever, at some point or another, every sports movie is going to become the Mighty Ducks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it or it's not Jimmy Stewart? It's I forget the actor who says, "Tell me the truth, Doc. Is it strike 3?"
Yeah, that kind of that kind of thing. Yeah. And there's even that. There's even a you shouldn't be racing to begin with kind of thing. Yeah. Even that.
Is there a death on the track?
I'm not going to give stuff away.
Okay. I mean, there's rarely a death in Formula One racing anymore, but
yeah,
that's why one of the reasons I think Rocky was so popular, because he doesn't win at the end.
Well, he gets the girl. So.
But I mean, like the sports movie, the guy
Right.
you want to win usually wins, and that's I do think that's one of the reasons that was so well received.
I mean, he triumphed.
Yeah,
even though he didn't necessarily, the outcome of the fight.
But like you would think in that sports trope, and then
Yeah.
he win. He's not supposed to win, and he wins.
But then they had to make 5 more movies where he did. So,
Well, I don't. I was sort of excited about seeing it until I heard what the story was like. What do we got next week?
Not a lot going on, except there's one big movie for the 4th of July weekend, Jurassic World Rebirth. So Katie gets her dinosaurs. Yep.
I'm all for it.
And Scarlett Johansson and Mahershala Ali are in it. So, but there's dinosaurs
And swimming Spinosaurus.
and swimming dinosaurs.
I am ecstatic.
So I went to see 28 Years Later. I thought it was quite good.
Oh yes.
And yet somebody, I won't say who, here in our office said, "I saw that movie. What did you think of it?" I said, "I loved it." He said, "Really? I hated it."
Yeah.
Well, they're wrong.
I know.
Well, Bill told him he was wrong.
I said, "Well, you're wrong." But the more I think about the movie, the more I like it.
Yes,
It sticks with you.
it does.
Images, and I didn't realize that it had. You may have mentioned it, and it was filmed with iPhones.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, it's
There may be some parts. Yes.
Actually, all of it
Uh-huh.
was filmed 50 different iPhones.
All right, Gina, I think we need a girls' day on the afternoon and go
Okay,
see it next
I
week.
agree.
Yep.
It's really quite something.
I'm dying.
But you keep your iPhones in your pocket,
Yes,
please. Yes.
And I didn't realize that island that they live on. Yeah, that's a real thing.
Okay.
It's with the tide and all of that. That's a real place.
Oh, okay.
It seems like it was made up for the movie.
Okay.
But
You
it
do know
wasn't.
the zombies aren't real, right?
I do know that. Yes. At least I hope they're not.
And somebody's mad at me for spoiling Rocky 1.
Well, I think it's a little over the time between spoilers.
Next year is 50 years. I think you've had your chance.
Yeah.
All right. Sean means you can read his stuff, moviecricket.net, or you can also find his stuff at Salt Lake Tribune, sltrib.com.
Thanks, Sean.
Thanks, Sean.
Thank you.
Traffic?
Infiniteam alert. A fast car just passed me in Harriman. It wasn't that exciting. Thank you, Infiniteam, for sending that in. Unfortunately, we have excitement eastbound I-80 in Parleys. So there's a crash at the quarry. The left lane and both shoulders are blocked, and traffic is backing not only to the mouth of the canyon. We're backing all the way up almost into Sugar House, it looks like now. So that's a nasty one. I would avoid that area if you can. Whatever else you're seeing, please text us and let us know. 33986. Celebrate your independence at the Gateway. 7 to 10:30 p.m. on July 4th on the Plaza. Live music, DJs, karaoke, yard games, face painting, and more with fireworks at 10 p.m. Get all the information on this free community event at x96.com.
All right, we've got boners coming up here, the candidates you will be voting for. Boner candidate number 1, pull my finger. I said pull my finger! Boner candidate number 2, is the F word a bad word to use? Well, it depends on who says it, I guess. And boner candidate number 3, if you say, I don't recall when testifying under oath, that means you did it.
Okay. Boners and some big boy news coming up after these messages and a song.
All right, Artie, what are we going to do for the next secret contest?
I still
Blind Melon. 7:23. It is time for for boners.
Slow down.
Yes.
Hey,
yes.
good. Wait, come on.
You know, it's my last day of 3 weeks. You would think I'd have this down by now.
You got this. Just gather yourself together.
Take a breath.
3 different stories of dumb, stupid, or bad human behavior. You'll get to vote after we announce 2, and then we'll do the news, and then we'll announce the 3rd boner, and then you'll vote. There will be 3 ways to vote, and you could win.
Can't buy it, got to win it. Radio from Hell boner T-shirt. You got it.
You got it. You can do it.
Third week.
Katie's doing 4 jobs now.
I am.
So.
It's boner candidate number 1. Pull my finger. I said pull my finger! A Metropolitan Police officer is facing a firing after allegedly farting in a female colleague's face.
Oh, my God.
During a shift at the Wembley police station. PC Wayne Sanson reportedly asked the officer to, quote, pull my finger, before turning his back, standing on his toes, and breaking wind just inches from her face. The incident, which took place in November, was described as loud, according to testimony heard at a misconduct hearing at Sutton Police Station. A prosecutor told the panel he fully accepts his attempt at humor was misplaced and inappropriate in a modern policing workplace. Or maybe anywhere.
Is he 8 years old?
After another officer present at the time corroborated the account, describing how Sansom laughed out loud after the act and then walked away. Mr. Sampson admitted making the pull my finger remark, but says he didn't actually pass wind. He acknowledged that the joke was not appropriate for the workplace, reports the Sun. The female officer who made the complaint was also allegedly subjected to a series of inappropriate and offensive comments by Mr. Sansom and another officer, Ben Jeffries. These included remarks about her sexuality and her Romanian background.
You know, that's how you get pink eye. It's one way of getting pink eye. A fart in a face.
I don't.
It could be bad. There could be bacteria.
I'm stunned. I'm stunned. Boner candidate number 1. Pull my finger. I said, pull my finger. All right. Here's boner candidate number 2. Is the F word a bad word to use? Well, I guess it depends on who says it. The F word seems to have 2 very different standards when it comes to Fox News. A new video shows a Fox News host whose name it's been blocked out here. I don't know. Shows a Fox News host praising President Donald Trump's salty language.
Is that Laura Ingraham?
I don't know. When it said, is there a picture there?
Yeah.
No. I'll find out. Okay. I can't. It got obliterated here. Somehow edited out. But anyway, she says Donald Trump, when he said Israel and Iran don't know what the F they're doing amid reports of ceasefire on violations. And he said the F-bomb twice. Looks like the F-bomb diplomacy worked. Whoever she is, her name is Campagno.
Oh.
It looks like the F-bomb diplomacy worked, she said, noting that the ceasefire held in the hours after Trump's comments. Oh, but she wasn't pleased when Representative Jasmine Crockett used the same word when criticizing Trump's decision to bomb Iran without congressional authorization. I'm the one that's supposed to make the effing decision, or at least get a vote, Crockett said. Campagno said she was particularly repulsed by Jasmine Crockett, first saying she was wrong on the Constitution and then going after her language, saying she has a pretty foul mouth for someone that went to a tidy little all-girls Catholic school. Her comments on Crockett's pretty foul mouth came on the same day and the same show as she praised Trump's F-bomb diplomacy.
What's the difference?
What's the difference? Well, the difference is who says it. Boner candidate number 2. Coming up in a moment, boner candidate number 3. If you say I don't recall when testifying under oath, that means you did it.
All right. Boner candidate number 3 coming up after this big boy news and a Pinuendo right now, brought to you by...
Quench your advertising thirst with customized water bottles from Water Specialties, Inc. We have them in our studio here. They've done some for us with the Radio from Hell logo. We also have some with the X96 logo on them. You could have your business, not our business, Bill.
Okay, good.
Your business.
That's my business.
It's none of your business.
Leave my business alone.
You could have your business or event, like maybe a wedding or concert or something. Have your label put on a water bottle. Get a quote by emailing Megan at waterspecialties.net.
I'm going to have a picture of my face put on these water bottles.
Sure, you could.
There you go. News.
Police are investigating a reported burglary at Brad Pitt's house.
Is he okay?
He wasn't home.
Oh.
They refer to him here as the F1 actor, Brad Pitt. Two law enforcement sources familiar with the incident told NBC News Pitt was not home at the time of the break-in. They said that it happened at 10:30 in the evening at the Pitt residence in Los Feliz neighborhood, but did not identify who lived there or who owned the home, but people figured it out. Thieves ransacked the home, took an unknown amount of property. The value of the items not immediately disclosed. Police are looking for 3 people, climbed over a front fence, broke in through the home's front window. In the latest wave of burglaries in recent years that have targeted high-end neighborhoods across Los Angeles and Southern California, where VIPs and celebrities have been victimized. Brad Pitt, a week before that, Southern California home of Los Angeles Football Club star forward Oliver Giroud, member of the French national team that won the 2018 World Cup. His home was burglarized. They made off with a lot of jewelry and other items. So apparently there's a rash of these burglaries at the homes of people they know are pretty well off. Well, it was a tragedy. He was one of a kind. He was an original. He will be missed. Bill Moyers, the former White House press secretary who became one of television's most honored journalists, masterfully using a visual medium to illuminate a world of ideas, died on Thursday at the age of 91. Moyers died in New York City Hospital, according to longtime friend Tom Johnson, the former CEO of CNN and an assistant to Moyers during Lyndon Johnson's administration. Moyers' son, William, said his father died at Memorial Sloan Kettering Hospital in New York after a long illness. His career ranged from being a youthful Baptist minister to deputy director of the Peace Corps, from Lyndon Johnson's press secretary to a newspaper publisher. Then he became senior news analyst for the CBS Evening News and chief correspondent for CBS Reports. But it was for public television that Moyers produced some of TV's most thoughtful and provocative series. In hundreds of hours of PBS programs, he proved at home with subjects ranging from government corruption to modern dance, from drug addiction to media consolidation, from religion to environmental abuse. Bill Moyers was I would say he was a genius when it came to the media. He was a humanist and a very human person. He produced The Secret Government about the Iran-Contra scandal during the Reagan administration, and simultaneously published a book under the same name. Around that time, he galvanized viewers with Joseph Campbell and the Power of Myth. Oh, I remember those. A series of 6 one-hour interviews with Joseph Campbell, a preeminent religious scholar. The accompanying book became a bestseller because Joseph Campbell talked a lot about Star Wars and how it was. He tied it into ancient myth of Christianity, and it was fascinating stuff. So anyway, Bill Moyers, dead at the age of 91? Yeah, 91. Well, you feel bad for Sugar House.
For what?
Well,
they've been under construction for 10
yes.
years.
It's insane.
Chad Hopkins attended many of the planning meetings before Salt Lake City embarked on an ambitious plan to overhaul the heart of Sugar House. The city warned him as road work neared his business along 2100 South earlier this year, but little could have prepared him for how construction would impact the numbers at his brew pub, Hopkins Brewing Company.
They're good. Yeah, I've been there.
Year-over-year sales, he says, are down 20% this year after a 20% drop-off last year. We're basically cut in half from a couple of years ago, and it's because of construction. And I saw on social media, it was on a TikTok, I think, that my wife showed me, the people who own Bruges, the Bruges, they have just had a horrible time of it.
Yeah, I saw their post yesterday, too.
You saw that?
I watched the video, too. My husband showed it to me.
Yeah, they're
right by the liquor store.
Construction has they ruined their patio. They cut into their water line at one point.
Oh, really?
They've been made like an island. People can't get to them. It's terrible. people avoid Sugar House, and it's just.
Well, Bruges
it's a
has
mess.
also had it on all sides of it because
Yeah.
it's building that like apartment building next to the park.
Yep.
And then all the way across on 9th and 7th, 13th.
I have not been out in that area
Don't.
forever.
Well,
Don't.
no.
Oh,
Go.
yes, go to
That's-
the restaurants.
that's the
It's worth
point.
it. It's true.
That's the point. That
Try to avoid 21st and go around on the side roads to get
it's
to where you
close.
need to.
There are parts of 21st you can't even.
Yeah,
get past.
they've put median in part of it
But
too.
Hopkins, they have really good food.
Yes,
and the people that work there are super nice.
Yeah.
So I know it's a pain to go there, but try to go patronize these local
and
businesses.
go to Bruges. It's wonderful
Maybe
sandwiches.
I'll go there today and get some fries.
Their
Wonderful
fries are
sandwiches
so
and
good.
fries and
Yeah.
all of that. So, and it's terrible. They've just been cut off. A Cedar City Public Works employee is now facing a charge of threatening someone with a dangerous weapon in a fight, following police saying that he pulled a gun on a coworker. You guys aren't armed at all, are you?
No.
I think Gina and I both stand with
You're not
the.
packing.
It's dangerous.
Francis Joseph Samhammer was arrested.
Samhammer, that's a good
Samhammer.
name.
Yeah, was arrested Wednesday. According to court documents, sheriff's department was called by a coworker of the two involved in this brouhaha, and the tipster wanted to remain anonymous. He was afraid of retribution. The tipster told investigators that following an argument during a work to chip seal a road, one man had pulled a gun on his coworker. Detectives got into contact with the superintendent of the two employees, and they said, "Yeah, that was Francis Samhammer. He's the guy who
Just
did
like
it."
Francis.
The victim was a fellow coworker. Police say the superintendent informed them that while the victim and Mr. Samhammer were working on Schertz Canyon Road, the victim allegedly cut off Samhammer, who was in a chip sealer truck. And so it's road rage on a construction crew. Yeah.
Am I just...
No, there is more.
Okay.
There's a lot more of it. I don't know why, but there is just a lot of it. NASA and Northrop Grumman successfully tested the powerful segmented solid rocket motor ever created, the most powerful segmented solid rocket motor ever created, at Promontory Point in Box Elder County on Thursday. I wish you can sort of go to a place where you can see it from a distance. Just an incredible sight. Hundreds of people gathered to witness this historic test of the booster obsolescence and life extension booster, where Fox 13 News cameras captured the incredible footage. If you want to go to Fox News' website, you can see that. The NFL has suspended Justin Tucker.
Oh, the kicker. Yeah, I had this story.
He's have you mentioned this before?
No.
They suspended him for 10 games of the 2025 season. He's been
harassing massage.
Apparently,
therapists.
several
No,
massage
not just
therapists.
several. 16 different therapists have said this guy's a creep or weirdo, and
So
this
all
is like
he
Brett
gets-
Favre level. stuff.
So all he gets is a 10-game suspension. That's it.
He should be fired and charged.
Well, I think he's been let go from his team, but my guess is after a 10-day suspension or 10-game suspension, somebody will pick him up, I would think, because he's been quite an accurate kicker, apparently. Let's see. I thought this was interesting. The guy who was making all the waves running for mayor in New York,
Yes.
Zoran Mamdani, he has been endorsed by, now he's a Muslim,
Mm-hmm.
he's been endorsed by several Jewish congressmen, several Jewish leaders in his district. Jewish congressman endorsing Mamdani. I think
Well,
that's
because he's
fascinating.
more than just his religion.
Yeah.
That is part of him. There's other parts.
Yep. The Rabbi Moshe Hauer said we have to prioritize the safety and security of New Yorkers, and he has strong feelings about what happens with that. So, Tennessee Sheriff's Deputy. Oh, this is a sad story. Beaten badly on live stream on a cop-themed television show by the suspect he was trying to track down. On Patrol Live is the name of the live stream. It captured the harrowing moment Saturday when Knox County Sheriff's Deputy Dalton Swanger was knocked into critical condition by suspect Christopher Hensley in a wooded area in a residential Knoxville neighborhood. Apparently, officers were responding to calls of a shooting in the neighborhood, seeking Mr. Hensley, who drew cops into the dark wooded area behind a home. And Swanger goes into a thicket, presumably to confront the suspect, and this is all on live streaming. And deputies believe he is armed. So Swanger has his gun drawn. Video shows Swanger then fall down on his side, limp, and the 44-year-old suspect hitting him in the face with a brick. The entire studio went silent as we watched what happened. His mates dragging him to safety to render aid. Dalton tried to regain his feet. He said, I'm going to be heavy. Don't try to lift me. Yeah, but he was beaten pretty badly by this guy. And but I think they did get the suspect. Yeah, Hensley was arrested after the broadcast and has been charged with attempted second-degree murder. And finally this. For Quarbin DeGroche, I think is how you would say his name, Quarbin. He's a 21-year-old from Duchesne County, has Down syndrome, and he loves the Ferris wheel at Lagoon. So this year he set out with a goal, not just to make it to Lagoon, from down in Duchesne County, not just to make it to Lagoon, but on Utah Down Syndrome Foundation Day on August 1st, but to help somebody else with Down syndrome get there,
that's
too.
Sweet.
He wants to be able to buy a ticket for someone that might not be able to afford to go from the Down Syndrome Foundation that we're a member of on Facebook. So he's doing a lemonade stand.
That's so sweet.
And he's trying to raise money so that he
it's
can.
down there, though.
He's trying to raise money for to buy a ticket for somebody else who has Down syndrome, so that they can go to the park too.
Is there a place you can contribute? Do they have a?
Let's see. For anyone who would like to donate to help Quarbin, what an unusual name. Quarbin. Quarbin.
Huh.
You can Venmo his godmother at Angela Wigger, Wigger.
We should send him some money.
All right. That's it.
Okay, weather traffic.
Okay, so it is 70 right now. Going to get up to a high of 94. Overnight low 66. We stay in the mid-90s through the weekend, and then it gets warmer actually next week. We could be near 100 by Monday. No rain in sight. I know you bought your fireworks. You're not supposed to light them off till the 2nd, but I heard it in my neighborhood last night.
Yep.
It made me mad. We shouldn't be lighting them off at all.
And why are you letting people like that come into your neighborhood? Aren't there street patrols there?
They're interlopers.
It can't be your neighbors.
So that crash eastbound I-80 at the quarry in Parley's Canyon, it has caused a backup not only on I-80 eastbound going into Sugar House, but also 215 northbound trying to come around there to go up the canyon. Now, the good news is the accident has been cleared. There's lots of residual slowage right now, but since that accident's been cleared, hopefully that slowdown will be cleared soon. If you're in that area and can let us know when things start moving, I would appreciate it. 33986. Let's see. Yeah, that's no sponsor, just that.
All right. Here's boner candidate number 3. If you say I don't recall when testifying under oath, that means you did it. Emile Beauvais III, a Trump judicial nominee, voiced his intent to disobey court orders as others stonewalled, and senior justice officials, Mr. Beauvais told subordinates he was willing to ignore court orders to fulfill the president's aggressive deportation campaign. This is according to a whistleblower complaint filed by a department lawyer who has been fired. The account by the dismissed lawyer, Mr. Erez Riovini, paints a disturbing portrait of his final weeks on the front lines of the Trump administration's legal effort to ship immigrants overseas, often with little notice or recourse. In Mr. Riovini's telling, Mr. Beauvais discussed disregarding court orders, adding an expletive for emphasis. He said, let me scroll down to what he said.
I can guess what he said.
Yeah. A pivotal meeting occurred when Mr. Beauvais, a senior official in the Deputy Attorney General's office, spoke bluntly about the administration's plans. He informed his subordinates that Mr. Trump would soon invoke the Alien Enemies Act to rapidly fly a group of immigrants out of the country that weekend. Two other officials in that office, James McHenry and Paul Perkins, were in attendance, as well as Mr. Ravini's supervisors. Mr. Beauvais stressed to all in attendance that the planes needed to take off no matter what. According to Mr. Ravini's account, Mr. Beauvais then broached the possibility that a court order would enjoin those removals before they could be effectuated. Beauvais said that the Department of Justice would need to consider telling the courts to F you.
Yeah, that's what I thought it would.
And ignore any such order, according to the account.
These are the things that make me nervous about this Trump administration, because if the Supreme Court has said something and this administration says, yeah, well, we're just not going to do that, there's nowhere to go from there. That's chaos.
This guy, Emile Beauvais III, he was one of Trump's defense attorneys. He's now they're interviewing him now. He's been nominated to the U.S. Court of Appeals of the Third Circuit. That's a lifetime appointment.
Yep.
Lifetime. I don't see how they can.
We should be worried about
possibly allow this guy on the court. And when he was questioned by the committee about saying "F you" to court orders, did you say that? He said, "I don't recall." I don't recall.
Well, and what I would say to him is, then you're saying if this is a position that you are trying to get, that means you would be okay with people telling you F you to your decisions that you're making. I'm sure you would not be okay with that.
He also he tried to deny that his dismissal of charges against New York City Mayor Eric Adams was a quid pro quo in exchange for enforcement of Trump's immigration policies. No, that's not the reason we did it. No, he's evil. And you can tell by looking at him.
Yeah.
Boner candidate number 3. If you say, I don't recall, that means you did it.
Quick recap of 1 and 2, and then we'll get to voting.
Boner candidate number 1, pull my finger. I said, pull my finger. And when his fellow police officer refused to pull his finger, he turned around and farted in her face. Boner candidate number 2, is the F word a bad word to use? Well, it depends on who says it, I guess. A Fox News host in the same segment praising Donald Trump's use of salty language when Trump used the F word. And then you go down and Jasmine Crockett, Democrat from Texas, using the F word. Oh, that's awful. I don't see how people can use language like that. You don't even see your own hypocrisy. And Boner candidate number 3, if you said, I don't recall, that means you did it.
It is your time to vote for which boner you think should be boner of the day for today, June 27th, 2025. 3 ways to vote. You can go online at x96.com and you can vote there, and we'll calculate it there. You can text us at 33986 and just put 1, 2, or 3 in the text line, and only 1, 2, and 3, or else it won't count it. Or you can call the producer's booth, 877-602-9696. Tell Dawson hi and tell him which candidate you think should win for the boner of the day. We only have about 4 minutes to do so go vote now.
Celebrate the
Hey.
And the boner of the day is brought to you in part by a couple of handfuls of mustard pretzel mix. Mustard.
That's it? That's all you had?
Yeah. It was sitting on the counter when I got home. It's this Kirkland brand. It's sweet mustard brand.
That sounds good.
Snack mix. It was really, really good.
And don't pay for tires and oil changes ever again. Get tires and oil changes for life with every new and used Mazda purchase from Bountiful Mazda. See Bountiful Mazda today for details.
Well, there was some solid voting for all three of the candidates. I mean, when somebody farts in somebody else's face, I don't know, that seems to me a pretty solid boner candidate. Also, a boner candidate number 2, if this hypocrisy of this Fox News presenter who praised Donald Trump for using the F word and just moments later condemned Jasmine Crockett for using the F word. And so those were both quite good, but not good enough. Boner candidate number 3 with over 100 votes, Emile Beauvais III. If you say I don't recall, that means you did it.
All right, that is our boner of the day. You can call for boner of the week coming up, or for boner recap at 9 o'clock, and then Dave the Flower Guy will award the boner of the week at 9:35. Is this sponsored, Gina?
Brought to you by the Wine Academy of Utah, bringing you fun, educational, and entertaining consumer tasting events throughout the valley since 2008. Go to the wineacademyofutah.com. Increase your wine knowledge one sip at a time.
Have another drink, it'll make you feel better. Have another drink and you feel alright. If you feel down and you're under the weather, have another drink and you feel alright.
Yes, well, here he is, the charming scoundrel that runs the Wine Academy of Utah at wineacademyofutah.com, James Santangelo, who right now is in Scotland. Good morning, Mr. Santangelo.
Good morning. Thanks for having me this morning. It's a rainy day from Scotland. We're along, just left the Loch Ness. Now I'm along a Loch Oich.
What a surprise it's raining in Scotland. What a surprise. Listen, Jimmy, we're going to have you for 2 segments today. So if people have any questions, they could call in or text the questions. Questions about Scotland, about Scotch, about your travels, about the Wine Academy of Utah, anything like that. But first of all, we want to talk about this whiskey that you have left for us here in the studio.
Yes, the Buchanan's 12-year blended Scotch whiskey. Do you have it there?
I do.
Ah, very nice. The reason I chose this blend, James Buchanan started this back in the early 1800s, about 1884, and it was the whiskey for Scottish Parliament. It was served to those lords, so I figured it's good enough for our lords of radio.
Oh, well, thank you.
I love it.
So talk about first of all, talk about the bottle. This is really cool.
Cool bottle. It's inspired by a canteen that the British soldiers would have in that shape. And it's in celebration of their camaraderie of sharing water throughout battle. Somebody might have their canteen discarded, and it was the canteen that he saw the soldiers passing back and forth. He himself served. And he wanted to celebrate that in the shape of the bottle.
It's very nice. You could almost put it in your hip pocket, but not quite. It's a little too thick for that. But it's just now. Can you buy this here?
Yeah, that's a decorative bottle. You can buy it here in the state of Utah, and that's the half bottle. And then the full bottle is also the same shape, just of course a little bit larger.
Bill will be getting the larger bottle.
Now, I'll take a large.
Now, not being a Scotch drinker, really, I used to drink it all the time, and then at one time I drank it too much and thought, I think I better stay away from it. But this is really interesting. The first thing that struck me as I took a sip of it, it's sweet.
Yeah, it's got a nice, soft blend. You'll find the blends are real neutral. They're not going to try to be overly characterful. In fact, inherently, they've lent from other distilleries other styles of whiskey to then combine and create together for a smooth, silky blend, such as in the case of this.
Yeah,
Other
it's
blended
very good.
whiskeys might be, they might be more smoky or more salinity, salty, but this is middle of the road. We call it a proper morning dram.
A proper morning dram. Yeah, well, I'm having a dram right now. As a matter of fact, I might have another. You know, it's so we were out late last night doing an event, Gina and I, and so I didn't get much sleep, and I'm kind of tired today. But I take a sip of this, and now I understand what they mean by the phrase "an eye opener."
Is that waking you up there?
It really, I mean, it does. It gives you a little jolt.
That's a question for you, though, Jimmy. Is
Sure.
Scotch an all-day drink in Scotland, or is it an evening event?
It's after the gin consumption. So
There's an order.
we've been, yes, very proper. The gin and tonics have been lovely. There's this really beautiful strawberry and black peppercorn gin that we found that it's been a favorite.
It's got an interesting top on the bottle too. I don't know how to describe it.
It took me a second to figure out how to open. I'm not gonna lie.
And it's a plastic. There's a plastic insert in there that's kind of. At first, I thought maybe it was a sort of a roller ball that you could also use this as deodorant, but it's I don't know. It's makes it interesting to pour.
Did we lose?
We just lost Jimmy, so let's take a break really quick.
See if we can get him back.
And then we'll get him back on hold. Okay?
And you can try to call. Not just Jimmy, but anybody can call. 877-602-9696.
Or text 33986 if you have any questions about Scotland or about Scotch or anything for Jimmy.
Traffic, somebody says, I just passed the accident area, I-80 eastbound in the S-turns. The accident's cleared. Traffic's beginning to move. Southbound I-15 from I-80 to 114th is hauling ass. That's from good friend of the program, Allison Sabo. She's a member of the Infiniteam, as are all of you. Tell me what you're seeing on the roads, and I will pass it along. 33986 is where you do that. Don't pay for oil changes ever again. Get tires and oil changes for life with every new and used Mazda purchase from Bountiful Mazda. See Bountiful Mazda today for details.
All right, we're getting Jimmy back on hold, so after these messages, we'll be back with him to answer any of your drinking questions. Maybe you're new to drinking. Maybe you want to know what's the best Scotch whiskey out there from Scotland.
Or ask him about Scotland.
Yeah, 877-602-9696. Ran Life.
Well, it is time to think about buying a house, isn't it? Or maybe moving up to a nicer house, a better neighborhood, that sort of thing. Ran Life, local mortgage company, they can help you do it. Ran Life Home Loans has held my mortgage, and they're very easy to work with. And now they've made things even better. They've slashed their floor rate on the 3-in-1 adjustable rate mortgage to 3.25%. That's 3.25% on 5.98% APR. That's right, 3.25%. What does that mean to you? Well, I can't tell you specifically because I don't understand all of it, but I do know that it will. You can start your homeowner journey with lower payments up front, right off the bat. You'll have lower payments. Whether you're a first-time buyer or you're making a move, the 3-in-1 adjustable rate mortgage gives you flexibility and savings to get into your dream home now. So go to ranlife.com/x96. They can tell you all about it.
Coming up on Friday.
Don't call this day drinking. This is refined. This is special. Cheers, everybody. Please, don't call this day drinking. This is refined. This is special. call this day drinking. This is refined. This is special. Cheers, everybody. Please, don't call this day drinking. This is refined. This is special. Cheers, everybody. Please, don't call this day drinking. This is refined. This is special. Cheers, everybody. Please, don't call this day drinking. This is refined. This is special. Cheers, everybody. Please, don't call this day drinking. This is refined. This is special. Cheers, everybody.
Parental discretion is advised.
Radio from Hell with Carrie, Bill, and Gina. KXRK FM and HD1, Provo, Ogden, Salt Lake City, Utah's original alternative, X96.
All right, 8:04. We are back with Jimmy.
And Edith in Salem wants to hear more about Scotland.
Edith in Salem, okay. And we're back with the irredeemable jokester of the Wine Academy of Utah. WineAcademyOfUtah.com is where you can go to find all things Jimmy and sign up for his next Scotland trip in a year from now. But right now he's in Scotland. You were just at Loch Ness. Do you go there just because it's Loch Ness? Is that?
Yeah, it's a beautiful space. Great vistas, great views. The water's gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
There's the Oakwork Castle that we take a look at. And then it's part of our travels heading now south along the western coast.
Is there now? So Loch Ness, it's a lake.
Loch means lake, Bill.
Yeah, it's a lake. And is it? Do people boat on it or fish on it?
I've boated on it.
Yeah, there are
so
some
people
slips
do that.
with local charters. Yeah, yeah.
Is it big? How big is it?
It's quite large. You can see across it, but it's more narrow. You wouldn't be able to see down the length of it. So it is quite a significant body of water. And people do recreate on it, but a lot of more boating tours to take a look and then
They're trying to find Nessie.
Nessie, that's right.
No water skiing, I would say.
No, nothing. It's pretty cold. It's going to be a chilly water, and here we are even in June and July. It's chilly all year long.
Well, and you can't see through it because of all the peat, so it's like black water.
That's true. It is pretty dark.
Let's see.
We just came from, yeah.
Oh, no,
ahead.
go ahead.
Came from where?
We just came from the town of Aberlour, and that's where the heart of whiskey is, in that space side. All the distilleries that people are known, that may be familiar with, such as Belvini, Glenlivet, Glenfiddich, Macallan, of course, Glen Grant, Cardew, Glenfarclas. We went to Whiskey of the Year this year, Glen Alecky. So it's been a really well-rounded trip. And that was one day, though. That was just the one day.
Now, why are all the distilleries in that same area?
They went up from the Taxman to Hyde in the hills, and they were able to distill in the winter, and the Taxman didn't come up in the cold area. And then the excise tax was relieved in the early 1800s. And then also railroad, the tracks were laid, and they were able to get more supplies more efficiently.
Yeah.
Prior to that, over 2/3 of the distilling was down southwest near Campbelltown. But now Campbelltown only has 3 distilleries, where everyone else has gone north.
Now, we had a text question earlier. Somebody said, being in Scotland, which single malt scotch do you prefer and why? And then the person who texted put Glenmargle at 12-year or Glenlivet at 12-year, or is it something else?
Oh, great question. Both delicious. My first thought that came to mind before adding those two was Glenfarclas. They're one of the few family-owned distilleries, 6th generation till this day, and that's the 15-year. That's in my flask right now. So I'm holding it and raising it to you.
Can you get that here in Utah?
No, a lot of the items were that we visit and things of that nature aren't available, but it is available in the States elsewhere.
Scotland is, of course, famous for haggis, and I think I probably asked you this before. Have you eaten haggis, and do you like it?
Oh, yeah. We just had haggis yesterday. I do. It's like spicy sausage, if you will, very finely ground, loads of herbs. It's part of the animal, all the other bits that they don't use, essentially cooked all in a bladder or stomach lining. But then that's all gone, and it's more modern now, and it's very rich. It's not rich like a pate or foie gras or anything. It's more grounded down, beef-like, with loads of herbs. They'll encase it in, say, a batter, fry it, amongst various other ways to have it prepared. But that's how we've been having it.
I thought it was quite delicious.
One gentleman has it with each meal because we can pre-order all our meals. So he wants to see haggis along the way.
Well, I think it's delicious, and it's also kind of like a bar food. A lot of places, it's you go in, you have something, you can grab a haggis and have a pint of something and eat a haggis.
Right.
Okay, but if I'm not if I can't do the haggis, what other good food
Fish and chips.
do you have?
Fish and chips for you.
Yeah. We've had salmon in various ways last night on a grazing board or charcuterie board. It was sashimi, so raw salmon, nice, beautiful cubes of it. Then we had smoked salmon, so like, lox, that. Then we had dried smoked salmon, cooked all the way through, almost very good. But it was just so fun to have 3 different salmons and then 3 different whiskeys to pair with it. That was my doing, so that was a blast.
Nice. What are your accommodations like when you're staying in hotels, right?
Yes, but in Edinburgh, in the city, we stayed in apartments, so everybody had a nice little suite because we are there for 3 days, and we loaded up with some breakfast items, and it just lets you lounge out a little bit more and have coffee, the little larger than in a standard hotel room. And then when we were up in the Highlands, that's where we stay at the Avalua Hotel, which is an old manor turned into a very quaint bed and breakfast.
I love a manor.
So really get it.
I think next year we have to
Yeah.
go with you.
Yeah.
Next year we have to go with you.
What I would give.
Let's do a sponsored show. That would be great.
Yeah, you know, I remember when I went to Edinburgh. I took the train from London. It's a long story, but it was a wonderful train ride from London up to Edinburgh. And
Oh, yeah. I'll be taking that down on Monday morning. I'm departing Heathrow.
Seems to me it was like 5-6 hours, something like that. Beautiful ride. And then we stayed in a kind of a bed and breakfast in Edinburgh, which was just great.
Nice.
Yeah, you go down and have breakfast with all the people who were staying there.
I got to hold the 2012 Olympic torch in Edinburgh.
Oh, that's cool.
When I went out there.
You're kidding.
No, I've held the 2002 and 2012 Olympic torches.
So, Jimmy, you're back when?
Sometime in July.
He doesn't have his
Yeah.
flight
He's got a lot
information
going
in
on.
front of him.
I know what I'm doing today.
That's fair.
Well, I know what I'm doing. I'm taking this bottle of scotch home with me. That's
There
what
you
I'm
go.
doing.
Well, have a dram for me, my friend, and thank you all very much. This has been fantastic to touch base with everybody.
All right.
So if you'd like to plan your own event with Jimmy, you can just go to wineacademyofutah.com.
All right. I'm going to do my Robert Burns line. All odds some power gifty gives to see ourselves as others see us. That's my Robert Burns.
Okay.
All right.
All right. See you later.
Bye, Jimmy.
Nailed it.
Bye, Jimmy.
Bye.
So I'm looking at the UDOT cameras and 215 northbound. So there was this original accident in Parley's Canyon that is cleared up and moved to the side, but the slowdowns from that spilled out onto I-80 eastbound and I-215 northbound, and it looks like if you're stuck there, you're not moving at all. I guess I would tell you that the accident's cleared and that should be getting better. I'm not sure why you're all still stopped there. Maybe there's a secondary accident. If you're there and can let me know, text me what you're seeing there, 33986. Let me see if anybody sent anything in our text line. Nope, nothing right now. But yeah, if you're stuck in that or stuck somewhere else, text us and let us know. Haster Games for board games, Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, miniatures, dice, paints, and more. Haster Games, 6831 South State or hastergames.com.
If you want to see something funny or hear something funny, Google Address to a Haggis. Robert Burns wrote a poem about a haggis, and he talks to this haggis and praises it in the poem. But there are people who perform it, and it's just hilarious to watch. So just address to a haggis and then find people acting it out. It's really funny.
We've got Beat Gina coming up after these messages and a song. You could win what?
A big prize, and it starts today. X Games.
I did find out it is only for Sublime tickets. So it's X Game and Sublime tickets.
Okay.
So Sublime specifically, which is tomorrow.
Yeah. So if you'd like to play Beat Gina and try to win X Games tickets and Sublime tickets, it's all one prize for one person, 877-602-9696.
Call to play Beat Gina coming up after these messages and a song. Stockton 12 Honda.
Your neighborhood Honda dealer, Stockton 12 Honda in the Southtown Auto Mall in Sandy. Terrific place to buy a car. I know because I have purchased cars at Stockton 12 Honda. Shane Parrish, the general manager, he runs a great dealership, and you can tell that he does because people that work there, there are people that have worked there for years and years and years because Shane treats them well, they do well, and they like to do what they do. They like to sell cars. And it makes your experience better if you're dealing with somebody who likes to sell cars, who enjoys it. So go to Stockton 12 Honda. I've bought 3 cars there. I'll buy some more in the future. Stockton 12 Honda is Salt Lake's most trusted name in Honda vehicles. Your neighborhood Honda dealer for over 25 years. It's amazing to think that they've been there for 25 years, more than 25 years. Stockton 12 Honda. Make sure you check out their service department. They have a great service department as well. So they're in the Southtown Auto Mall in Sandy, Stockton 12 Honda. Coming up this Sunday, June 20.
And is this sponsored, Gina?
Yeah, X Games brings its electrifying action sports festival to Salt Lake City with 3 days of motocross, BMX, skateboarding competitions at Utah State Fair Park June 27th through the 29th, plus performances from Dead Mouse Friday the 27th and Sublime on Saturday. X96.com for information and ticket links.
Well, it's time for another edition of Beat Gina. I'm Johnny Ola, the announcer for Beat Gina, and before we get to our game, music seems a little loud to me.
Yep,
oh,
sorry.
there it is. Before we get to the game, I have this word for the kids in the audience from the folks at Hasbro.
Okay.
Hasbro presents Oscar the Orange. Yes, Oscar the Orange, with his friend Mr. Potato Head. The Oscar the Orange kit comes with 30 pieces to change an orange, or any other fruit, into a funny, lovable friend for Mr. Potato Head. Find all of Hasbro's tutti fruity friends, like... well, like Pete the Pepper, Katie the Carrot,
Katie the Carrot,
and Cookie the Cucumber. These sets come with the plastic fruits and vegetables to create funny faces with the kids. Mr. Potato Head comes with only the pieces to put on your own potato, but the classic Mr. Potato Head characters have gone to become one of the most popular toys of all time. So, Oscar the Orange, Mr. Potato Head's friend, isn't he charming?
I feel like that'd get really sticky.
You can see a picture of that at x96.com/live. I didn't know there was ever anything other than Mr. Potato Head.
Yeah, he had tutti fruity friends. and now, because Mr. Jackson is still in absentia, it's me, Johnny Ola, hosting Beat Gina yet again. And I believe this is my last day doing these.
Yes.
I think Carrie will be back, so you can take a little bit of a break.
That'll
John.
be nice. Who do we have as a contestant?
We have Dave.
Dave. Hello, Dave. How are you?
Well, good morning, everybody.
Dave, are you sober?
Yes, I am.
Okay, good. Good. That's a requirement.
No, I was going to say, since when is that a requirement?
Well, it should be. I think we need to breathalyze test everybody who plays. All right, Dave, we're going to play Beat Gina here. It's a simple game. You call the coin toss, and then if you get to go first, that's really an advantage in the game. And we'll play the game to 3 points. And if, by the way, if you win the coin toss, you go first. Then if you miss that question, Gina gets a chance to steal it away from you. And what prize can Dave win?
Tickets to the X Games and to see Sublime. They are performing tomorrow.
All right. Dave, you ready to go?
I am.
All right. Call it heads or tails?
Tails.
And it's heads.
Oh, you're going to have to work for these X Games tickets,
Gina goes
Dave.
first. I'm sorry. All right. But listen carefully, Dave, because if Gina misses this question, you'll have a chance to steal the point away. Here we go. Let's see. We'll start with, this is still 28 days later.
Okay.
Trivia. The rage virus.
Yes.
It spreads rapidly throughout the country. Selena tells Jim that before the television and radio stations stopped broadcasting, there was news that the infection had spread to 2 cities. What are those cities? New York and Paris, Rotterdam and Gotterdam, Fillmore and Beaver, or the twin cities of Minneapolis and St. Paul?
I believe it was New York and Paris.
That's correct. Gina has a point.
One for Gina. It is now, I almost said Doug. It's Dave's question.
All right, Dave, here we go. Let's see. What was Jim looking for when he killed his first infected person? Was he looking for, number 1, loose change, number 2, the meaning of life, number 3, his sister, or number 4, a cheeseburger?
C, 3.
His sister? No, I'm sorry, no. It's not correct.
Loose change.
No, I'm sorry, that's
No?
also incorrect.
What
He
is
was
it?
looking for a cheeseburger.
He was looking for food.
Oh.
Yes.
A cheeseburger is very specific.
It was very specific. It is a cheeseburger, though.
Okay.
All right, let's see.
I stumped you. Yes.
Yeah, what is it? What's the score?
It is 1-0. Gina is winning, and it is it's
Gina's question.
Gina's question.
All right. Gina.
Yeah.
What company manufactures the car that Jim approaches in the intersection when the alarm goes off, startling him?
Okay.
So what kind of a car is it?
Okay.
Is it a Tesla?
Mm-hmm.
Is it an AMC Gremlin?
Mm-hmm.
Is it a Rolls Royce or is it a Mercedes?
Rolls Royce.
No, I'm sorry. Dave for the steal?
Yes, Mercedes.
Yes, correct.
Correct. It is now tied 1-1, and it is Dave's question.
All right, Dave. We'll go to this page. I'm afraid, Katie, you might have to give me some other questions. Oh, no, they're all here, aren't they?
They should be.
Yeah. All right, let's see. Dave, why did Major West and other soldiers have an infected soldier chained up outside the barracks?
Oh, I know this one.
Was it to see how long an infected can go without food? Was it to train an infected to fetch like a dog? Was it, I mean, was he supposed to chain him up inside? I mean, really? Or number 4, was he chained up because no soldiers are left behind?
I'm going to say A.
Number 1, to see how long an
Yes,
infected.
number 1.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Dave is winning 2-1. It is Gina's question.
All right, Gina. I think this is the last of the 28 days questions.
Okay.
What does Frank suggest they all drink to celebrate finding new friends?
Okay.
Is it Kool-Aid? Number 2, creme de menthe. Number 3, Jaeger. Or number 4, an ice-cold Pabst beer.
I remember thinking it was gross, and it was creme de menthe.
That's correct.
Correct. It is tied 2-2, and it's Dave's question now.
All right, Dave, you could win on this question. I think we're moving to another category. We're moving to...
Should say at the top.
This is Lion King trivia. All right.
Oh, boy.
All right.
You can do it, Dave, I promise.
All right, Dave. Who originally came up with the phrase Hakuna Matata?
It's a wonderful phrase.
Number 1, is it Timon? Number 2, is it Lawrence Welk and his Champagne Music Makers? Number 3, Rafiki? Or number 4, Pumbaa?
I'm going to say Pumbaa.
No, I'm sorry. Gina?
Oh, man.
Is this for the win?
This is for the win.
Rafiki?
That's correct. Gina wins the game. Dave,
I told you you'd be fine, and then you weren't. So now I feel like I'm lying, and we can't.
You did a great job, though, Dave. You did a great job.
We can't have that. So to make up for my horrible lie, we're going to give you these X Games tickets anyway.
Oh, how nice of you, Gina.
Thank you.
All right,
welcome.
Dave,
Thank you very much.
You're welcome very much. Hang on the line, and a nice person in the other room will tell you how to get your tickets.
We're just surrounded by nice people.
All right, listen, I've got to get home. Mrs. Zola wants me to bring home this bottle of scotch.
News brought to you by Shark Summer at Clark Planetarium. It's finally surfaced. See Shark Kingdom 3D on the giant IMAX screen. Snap a selfie with the 11-foot shark. Enjoy shark-themed snacks and gifts. It's happening all summer long.
Steve Burns.
Oh, Blue's Clues.
Yeah, the original host of Blue's Clues, famous kids TV show. In recent years, he's built a significant following on social media. He's launching a podcast. The podcast is called Alive, and it's being billed as a cozy and delightful weekly series where Burns will talk about what it means to stay human in a complicated world.
I bet this will be popular.
He's
beloved.
He is very beloved, a lot by my generation.
Mm-hmm.
There are thousands of podcasts you can listen to, but this is one that listens back. This is a quote from him, I really want to continue what we started decades ago. Burns, who now posts popular social media videos where he asks people how they're doing, and he spends several minutes simply just listening. I guess he just goes up and says, how you doing today? And then he listens to what they have to say. For us, it was all about curious investigation. It was about looking a little closer, asking the right questions. Alive will feature Steve Burns engaging in vulnerable conversations with guests who have not yet been announced, as he continues to connect with both the generation who grew up with him and new audiences alike. He added that the podcast is the continuation of that same conversation, only now we're grown-ups trying to make sense of a world that's a whole lot more complicated. The concept for the podcast was inspired by a viral moment from 2021 when Burns helped mark the 25th anniversary of Blue's Clues, saying that he found himself in conversation again with tens of millions of grown-up fans who still considered him a friend.
Yeah.
Let's see when it's going to be on. It doesn't say when it's going to start, but Blue Alive will debut sometime this fall. Let's see. Well, the Supreme Court said that it will allow the Trump administration to partially enforce an executive order that seeks to end birthright citizenship, while proceedings in a challenge to the directive move forward, ruling that universal injunctions issued by lower courts likely exceed the authority Congress has granted them. In a widely anticipated decision involving the scope of nationwide injunctions, the High Court said that the universal orders likely go beyond the equitable authority that Congress has granted to the federal courts. Justice Amy Coney Barrett authored the majority opinion for the 6-3 court, with the liberal justices in dissent. The court's ruling came in a trio of emergency appeals by the Trump administration arising out of the president's executive order seeking to end birthright citizenship. The Justice Department had asked the Supreme Court to narrow the scope of 3 separate injunctions that blocked implementation of Trump's policy nationwide, while legal challenges brought by 22 states, immigrants' rights groups, and 7 individuals moved forward. But instead of swiftly deciding whether to grant Trump the Trump administration emergency relief, the Supreme Court held arguments on whether to restrict the use of nationwide or universal injunctions, which are judicial orders that prevent the government from enforcing a policy anywhere in the country against anyone. The court did not consider or rule on the merits of Trump's birthright citizenship plan.
So they weren't specifically talking about that, but saying that lower courts can't
issue blanket injunctions like that. So it says to me that the provision in the Constitution is still valid, that people who are born on United States soil are automatically citizens.
But if what he wants to do goes through, so my father-in-law, when he came here, and when my husband was born, my father-in-law was not a citizen. Now, he later became a citizen, but when my husband was born, he was not. If Trump got his way, my husband would not be a citizen.
Yeah, it's not going to happen. I don't think it'll happen.
I hope not.
Donald Trump threatens to sue the New York Times and CNN for publishing articles about a preliminary intelligence report that said that the American attack on Iran had set back the country's nuclear program by only a few months. In a letter to the Times, a personal lawyer for the president said the newspaper article had damaged Trump's reputation and demanded that the organization retract and apologize for the piece, which the letter described as false, defamatory, and unpatriotic. This is such horse crap.
If it's a leak, doesn't that mean this is a real thing that we let get out? That doesn't mean it's not true. It just means you didn't want people to see it.
Well, it wasn't even a leak. It said that there weren't leaks. There were preliminary intelligence reports that were just made public.
And they are not letting Tulsi Gabbard out of the House.
No.
There are these congressional hearings going on. There are press conferences, all these things that the Secretary of the Intelligence normally would be a part of. You have not seen her for days.
If Senator John Curtis, Republican Utah, were driving in the Indy 500, he'd have a good roll bar and be on the inside track. What?
Who wrote that?
I don't. This is a story about that he wants nuclear energy. He wants nuclear power here, and so I don't know.
That is strange writing, editing.
On this pursuit, however, he wants Utah to cross the finish line as a forerunner in the development of nuclear energy. I'm sorry, that opening sentence was just unnecessary. On Wednesday, Curtis emphasized Utah's leadership in making nuclear a practical and viable clean energy solution during an Environment and Public Works Committee hearing on the nomination of Usha Marie Turner to be Assistant Administrator of the Environmental Protection Agency for the Office of International and Tribal Affairs, and David A. Wright to be a member of the Nuclear Regulatory Commission for another term. During the hearing, Curtis cited past challenges and the need for collaboration with the Nuclear Regulatory Commission and stressed the importance of regulatory certainty and clarity for innovators and utilities. I wish they'd write these things more plainly.
Mm-hmm.
What he wants to hurry up with nuclear energy in Utah. Okay, that's the gist of that. A church leader from Taylorsville charged Thursday with engaging in an illegal relationship with a teenage girl. Luis Fernando Trio, charged in 3rd District Court with 8 counts of rape, 10 counts of forcible sodomy, other charges. The 17-year-old girl told Unified Police that she met Trio at church when she was 14. She explained that Trio was the youth leader at the time and approached her multiple times saying, "I like you."
Ugh.
Starting in September of 2022, Trio asked the teen to be his girlfriend, and the two began to engage in frequent sexual activity in places like a local spa, public parks, and parking lots. When the girl started making other friends, however, Trio became jealous, according to the charges, and he would do things like take her phone. An investigation was started by the police in November. They were contacted by the teen's father. The girl refused to cooperate. Trio told her to deny everything and say no. But she did finally fess up, told the police she recorded a conversation with him in April where he told her that if she said or did anything, he would make her famous in the worst way.
Ugh.
Yeah. Well, they got him.
Good.
Several contested proposals related to Medicaid were stripped from President Trump's massive reconciliation bill, what he calls the big, beautiful bill, dealing a blow to Republicans as they search for ways to pay for more than $4.5 trillion in tax cuts.
Yeah, I was going to say, you know how they could do that, not have
the tax cuts. Yeah. The Senate parliamentarian issued the latest set of rulings Thursday, striking a number of provisions that would have cut government spending for the welfare program to offset the cost of extending Trump's 2017 tax cuts that are scheduled to expire at the end of this year. When they expire, that means there will be a lot more money in the coffers.
Well, that's what they're trying to stop, though.
I know. But we need that. That money is needed for Medicaid.
By
and
the way,
Medicare.
those tax cuts don't affect me and you.
No. They affect people with lots of money.
Jeff Bezos, who
is getting married today in Venice. So yeah, there's that. And
one more.
A Coral Springs woman, I believe that's Florida, is facing felony burglary and assault charges after allegedly slapping a Chase bank teller in the face with a check. According to an arrest affidavit filed at Coral Springs Police Department, Carolyn Elizabeth Johnson was identified as the suspect. Records show that Johnson initially entered the public area of the bank, but then reached over the teller counter into a restricted area after becoming frustrated that she couldn't cash a check due to bank policy. When she got so frustrated, she reached over the counter and hit the teller in the face with the check.
I mean, that wouldn't hurt.
And then continue.
I mean, maybe.
Is that something you would like done to you?
Well, no, I'm just saying it's a piece of paper, so it's not.
And you have a handful of papers right now.
Is that something that you think she should have done?
No, I'm just.
Is that something that you think should have no consequence?
No, it should.
Well, then knock it off.
I'm glad she wasn't hurt.
Knock it off. Doesn't say she wasn't hurt. If nothing, her dignity was hurt.
Well, that's true.
All right, that's it.
Sports weather traffic.
Well, Brad Pitt's driving skills might just live up to some of the best Formula One, and this is according to Lewis Hamilton.
Wow.
In an exclusive chat with People surrounding their new movie F1, director Joseph Kosinski says that the Formula One pro Hamilton, who co-produced and also appears in the sports drama, praised Brad Pitt for his hands-on approach to his stunts. I had Lewis Hamilton drive with Brad right at the beginning to see if he had any level of skill, and Lewis was really impressed. Brad had the kind of natural talent right out of the gate. Of course he did.
Yeah, it's Brad Pitt.
Of Pitt and co-star Damson Idris, the director said they both trained for 4 months. It's really intense training to get up to the level they needed to shoot this movie. But Lewis Hamilton said, yeah, he knows what he's doing. So go see F1 on IMAX this weekend and see what he's talking about. Let's see, RSL playing Sporting KC tomorrow at 6:30. That's your sports. Weather, it's going to be pretty much the same all weekend long. Right now it's 79, going to have a high of 94 today. 93 Saturday, 94 Sunday. Then we get even warmer for the first part of next week. Could even be around 100 by Monday. No rain or cool down in sight. Looks like as we get close to the 4th of July, things will just get drier and drier. And you all know how I feel about that. Traffic, still huge slowdowns northbound I-215, just around the curve there. It looks like you were all just stopped there, and I can't figure it out. This originally was due to an accident in Parley's Canyon, which has since cleared up, and things look like they're moving well through there. But boy, just lots of residual slowage on 215 there as you skirt along the foothills. Not sure why. If you're stuck there, you can text us and tell us why. Why not? 33986. Salt Lake Acting Company's summer show, The Secret Lives of the Real Wives in the Salt Lake Hive, runs through August 17th. This production is a cabaret-style show with table seating, theater seats. You can bring your own food and drink. Get tickets at saltlakeactingcompany.org.
All right, coming up after these messages, it sounds like we're going to have a list. We'll finish up that movie list, yeah?
I got them.
All right, after these messages.
X96.
We've been doing this for several days because it's a long list, and the New York Times was only releasing like 10 at a time to try to string you along. It's their list of 100 best movies of the 21st century. I've put a link to the whole list on my Facebook page and on my Twitter feed if you would like to read it yourself.
Share that around.
And they didn't just put it together themselves. They asked all kinds of actors and directors and just what they considered the best movies of the 21st century were, and then they kind of picked and chose.
Which is kind of nice because if you can find out like an actor that you really like or director and you wonder what their picks are, you can see all of those. So we're on number 29 of 100.
Okay.
And it's Arrival, which is a fantastic sci-fi.
Yes, it is.
Film. It's Denis Villeneuve and Amy Adams is in it.
It's sort of a perplexing movie at first. It's kind of, it's an alien movie. Yeah, and you have to think about it, and then the end of it is like you go, wait a minute, what?
Mm-hmm. The timeline kind of shifts.
Yeah, it's pretty fascinating.
Really good though. Mm-hmm. Number 28, also a favorite, The Dark Knight. Christopher Nolan's The Dark Knight. This is, of course, the one that has Heath Ledger as the Joker.
Is that the only? That's the only time he was the Joker, right?
Yeah,
that was the.
And he posthumously won the Academy Award for that.
He did, yeah.
Number 27, Adaptation. This is.
Oh man, that's a great movie.
It's written by Charlie Kaufman, and it's a Spike Jonze movie. It's got Nicolas Cage in it.
It's where one of those movies where you can say, oh yeah, Nicolas Cage can really act when he can.
Number 26, Anatomy of a Fall. I love this movie.
I don't think
So it's Sandra Hüller, who that year she was nominated for 2 different movies for her acting. She's not a really well-known actress. This movie, it's about, so her husband falls and dies at their house. Have you seen it, Katie?
I've seen it, yes.
And the whole movie is trying to figure out what happened. Did he jump? Was he pushed? Did he was it an accident?
Like out of a window or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I mean, and it goes like through a trial, and at the end of the movie, you still don't really know what happened. Like it could have been this, or it could have been that.
Well, that's no good.
No, it's great.
Don't you want resolution?
No, it's because it's about more than that. It's a kind of a snapshot of a marriage and how you don't really know people, what they're like behind closed doors. And there's a dog in it that's a great actor.
Yep.
Number 25, I didn't care for this. Phantom Thread. It's another Paul Thomas Anderson.
As much as I like Paul Thomas Anderson, I didn't bother seeing it.
So, you didn't even see it?
No, I just thought the premise was not.
So it's Daniel Day-Lewis, and he's a dressmaker, like a fancy,
famous dressmaker.
So kind of very, pardon the pun, buttoned up, unemotional. Yeah, I didn't care.
What's the point of the movie?
Let's see. This film is a sumptuous, subversive recounting of a love story between the exacting Reynolds and his unruly muse. It's supposed to be a love story.
All right.
Yeah. Number 24, another movie I didn't care for, Her.
Oh, yeah, that was weird.
It was Joaquin Phoenix falling in love with AI, basically. I didn't like that. Number 23, Boyhood. This is another Richard Linklater with Ethan Hawke.
Yeah.
I didn't see that one.
It's Richard Linklater.
He has a definite style.
Yeah.
Who else has a definite style? Wes Anderson. Number 22 is Grand Budapest Hotel,
which was hilarious.
Yeah.
Number 21, also Wes Anderson, The Royal Tenenbaums. That's
one of my favorite movies of all time.
Mm-hmm.
And I never get tired of quoting Gene Hackman in it. He talking to these 2 little kids, 2 twins whose mother has died. I forget how she died in an accident or something. And he says, it's a terrible shame about your mother. She was a terribly attractive woman.
Number 20 is The Wolf of Wall Street.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
That's the first time we saw, what's her name?
Margot Robbie.
That's the first time I ever saw her. I thought that person is impossibly beautiful.
And smart and good and all
wonderful
of that.
human.
One of my favorite directors for number 19, David Fincher. Everything he does is great, and number 19 movie is Zodiac.
You know, I haven't seen it. I should see it because I like movies like that.
Mhm.
It's the Zodiac Killer, right?
Yep.
We watched it camping,
Oh, you
glamping.
It's Jake Gyllenhaal. It's Robert Downey Jr. It's Mark Ruffalo. It's good. 18 is Y Tu Mama Tambien. That's Alfonso Cuarón
It's the first time we ever saw Diego Luna.
and Gail Garcia Bernal. I think.
He was like a high school kid.
Yeah. Number 17, Brokeback Mountain.
Oh.
Ang Lee directed that. You might not remember that.
Heath Ledger and Jake Gyllenhaal.
No. Oh, yeah, Jake Gyllenhaal. You're right. I don't know why I said
Yeah.
no. Sorry.
Don't say no.
I'm sorry. Number 16.
I can't quit you.
Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, another Ang Lee film.
Fascinating movie.
I
Really
love that
good
movie.
It's beautiful.
Mhm.
It's beautiful action.
Yes.
Number 15, City of God.
Didn't see that.
This is, let's see, a teenager forces a younger teenager to kill an even younger child. Hard. This is takes place in Rio de Janeiro.
Yeah.
Number 14, Inglorious Bastards.
Such a great
entertaining.
movie.
It was entertaining. I wouldn't. I had a hard time with it because it rewrote history so much.
Yeah.
I loved it.
It's Quentin Tarantino. Number 13. Ooh, this is a good one. Children of Men.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
This is another Alfonso Cuarón movie where babies just stop happening. Yep. Clive Owen and I don't think she's naked in it, Bill.
I don't know.
Why can't I think of her name? Julianne Moore. Not
Yeah.
not naked in that. Number 12, Zone of Interest. So this is the other movie that Sandra Hüller was nominated for. These both came out.
Did you see this?
Yeah.
I meant to go see it because it's fascinating.
It's about a family that's living at Auschwitz, like
the commandant.
Yeah, and you never see inside the concentration camp. You hear things.
Interesting.
You hear screams. You hear gunshots.
You see smoke.
You see smoke. And this family is just living like nothing is going on.
Oh, I did want to see this movie.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Well, the father knows because he's the commandant.
Yeah.
And he goes off to work every day to run the gas chambers.
Yeah. But the wife knows what's going on because he like brings her like fur coats and things. It's really, really good. Hard, but really, really good. Number 11, Mad Max Fury Road.
Okay.
Well, I thought that was Furry Road.
No, Fury Road. This is the George Miller one with Charlize and Tom Hardy.
I thought that this one was good. Then the follow up. I didn't care for that much.
So we're going to do a boner recap coming up. I've got the top 10 here. We can do those at the end.
At 9:35.
Okay. Or no.
End of boners?
Yeah.
Okay, we can do that. So the end of the list coming up after these messages, a song, and the boner recap, which, if you call to play, you could win
a chicken bucket.
Radio from Hell.
A Radio from Hell chicken bucket. Does not contain chicken, but does contain a Radio from Hell diner-style mug, a T-shirt, maybe one of our water bottles, other treats.
All that good stuff. We'll find some great thing. I think I have one more moon pie.
Ooh.
Yeah, I have one more that I can add into it. So, boner recap, 877-602-9696. Call to play. The earlier you call, the better chance you have of winning. Last bit of traffic, Gina.
Yeah, I heard from some people say, yeah, we're stuck on 215 trying to go north. It doesn't look like there's an accident. This just all seems like residual slowage from that earlier accident at Parley's that's been cleared up for a while. Not sure why folks are still going so slow there, but you are. Northbound I-15 between Park Lane and 200 North is going to be closed this weekend. They're doing bridge work. 10 p.m. Saturday to 11 a.m. Sunday. Use US 89 and Main Street to get around that. And you can always text us and let us know what you're seeing, 33986. Tired of paying too much for concerts? Experience great live music. Enjoy adult beverages without paying stupid prices at the coolest venues in town. Don't miss Lyle Lovett and his large band Wednesday, July 9th at the Stateroom. Get tickets at thestateroompresents.com.
I've seen Lyle Lovett and his large band live. Really a great show.
Yeah, well, there you go. All right. Again, after these messages and a song, it is the Boner Recap call to play. You could win a Radio from Hell chicken bucket, which does not contain chicken, but has lots of other little Radio from Hell goodies in it. So 877-602-9696.
It says there are lots of beautiful women in Kearns.
Okay.
Everybody in Kearns is pretty.
The tubes. Fee Waybill.
Yep.
877-602-9696 if you want to try and win a chicken bucket really quickly.
It's the Radio from Hell chicken bucket. Does not contain actual chicken, but it does contain prizes, including a Radio from Hell coffee mug and a moon pie.
Yes.
So all you got to do is recap the boner candidates. Simple. If you heard them, you know who won. If you didn't hear them, you can cheat. Go to x96.com.
/live. Well, actually, you don't. Just x96.com.
And click on the boners, and there you'll find them.
They're right there.
You'll see who won. Easy peasy.
All right. Looks like we have Clark.
Clark.
Hello?
Hi,
There
Clark.
he is.
There's Clark. Are you
Hi.
are you in the park?
In the dark?
In the dark? We'll take
With
you
a
home.
shark.
We'll take you home.
With a shark, okay.
We'll call you Clark. Will our mother let us do this? We do not know. Listen, I don't know what I'm punchy, Clark.
That's okay. That's
haven't-
Dr. Seuss.
I'm running on fumes here.
We're so close, Bill. Less than an hour.
All right. Clark, what are you doing today?
I'm just working.
What do you do for a living, Clark?
I am a banker.
Yeah.
So yes, I am a teller normally, but today I'm filling in and learning from the mortgage officers. So,
nicely done, Clark. I'm going to read you the 3 boner candidates we had today. You tell me which one of them was the winner, and you will win this Radio from Hell chicken bucket. Does not contain actual chicken, but there will be prizes in it. And then we would request, if you would please, wearing your banker outfit, use the chicken bucket as a hat. They make a fine hat, and just take a picture of yourself wearing it as a hat and send it to Radio from Hell at x96.com. We're going to put together a whole...
Yes, I've got a file going together.
Certainly.
All right, Clark. Now, Clark, boner candidate number 1 was... did you hear them earlier, by the way?
I did not, but I went to x96.com.
Nicely done.
You did all the right things.
All right. The first one was pull my finger. I said pull my finger. This is a police officer in England who is facing charges and being fired after he went to a female officer and said, pull my finger. And when she didn't pull his finger, he turned around and farted in her face.
Classy.
Yeah, classy guy. Boner candidate number 2, the F word is a bad word to use. Well, it depends on who says it. This was Fox News host. Her name is Emily Campagno, and she was in the same segment she did this. Shows her praising Donald Trump's salty language when he used the F word talking about Israel and Iran. She said, "Oh, looks like the F-bomb diplomacy worked." And she said she noted that the ceasefire held, and she was praising Donald Trump's salty language. In the same segment, she was not pleased when Representative Jasmine Crockett, a Democrat of Texas, used that same word when criticizing Trump's decision to bomb Iran. She said she was repulsed by that kind of language. Well, unless, her president says it. And then boner candidate number 3, if you say I don't recall when you're testifying under oath, it probably means you did it. This is this really creepy guy, Emile Beauvais III. He's Donald Trump's lawyer, personal lawyer. He's now been nominated by Trump to a circuit court. It's a lifetime appointment as a judge on a circuit court, but he's not a good guy. He told people in the Justice Department to when the lower court said you can't take those planes of immigrants and fly them out of the country, he said, you tell them to F off.
We're not going to pay attention to your ruling.
We're not going to pay attention to the court rulings. Well, now he claims he doesn't recall saying that. So he's done other evil things as well. So anyway, Clark, who was the winner?
The boner would be Beauvais, number 3.
The Beauvais, the boner. Yeah. Did you see a picture of him? It's really creepy.
Yeah, he's yucky.
Yeah. And he's only like 40-something, and he looks like he's 70-something.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Clark, congratulations. You are a winner of a Radio from Hell chicken bucket. Say thank you, and then we'll put you on hold.
Thank you.
All right, hang on.
Thanks, banker.
Clark the banker.
We're sort of out of time. Let's push the top 10 greatest movies of the 21st century according to the New York Times. We'll do that after the news.
The final 10?
Yeah.
It'll give us a little time to talk about it, too.
Yeah.
So, great idea. Okay. Coming up after these messages, like Gina said, it is a big boy news and a Pinuendo. So stick around for that. Tracy Aviary.
That's where the birds are.
Yeah, it's a place to experience the world of birds. It's a habitat, an oasis of tranquility, and it's right here in the middle of town. You know, it's on the southwest corner of Liberty Park.
They've got all kinds of birds there and all kinds of bird shows and demonstrations, and it's a great place to just go and hang out. Or you can also organize and have special events there.
Yeah, I've
birthday
had,
parties.
Yeah,
and
I've
things.
had kids' birthday party there, and it's great when at least when I did it, that you get a bird encounter with maybe they bring an owl, maybe they bring something else.
A bird encounter.
Yeah.
And you might even get to meet Helen, the bird lady. Now, $1 from every ticket sold goes to the Tracy Aviary's Conservation Fund. Tracy Aviary contributes more than $120,000 every year to conservation work in Utah and worldwide through this fund. So, learn more, plan your next visit, plan it at tracyaviary.org.
Need some geek news?
Radio from Hell.
Sorry about that. 9:18. It's time for some big boy news and a Pinuendo now, brought to you by
Smith's Pharmacy welcomes Express Scripts, Medicare D, and TRICARE Department of Defense Plan members. You can transfer prescriptions at smithsfoodanddrug.com/payer update.
Great. Well, the Sean Combs trial yesterday, the prosecution rested. There are 4 takeaways, basically, from the prosecution's closing argument.
Okay.
The prosecution said proving that women were coerced into one freak-off, as they called them, was enough for a sex trafficking conviction. A key point of contention has been whether Combs coerced the 2 women at the heart of the case into having sex with hired men or if they were willing participants. In cross-examination during the trial, the defense highlighted text messages in which the women expressed enthusiasm or excitement for the sessions. But the prosecutor clarified for jurors that the government is not arguing that all of the sex nights with male escorts constitute sex trafficking. She said the women had initially been willing to engage to please Mr. Combs, but later became unwilling participants who complied either because they were afraid that he would hurt them physically or cut them off financially. If there is just one time, one single freak-off that jurors find were the product of force, threats of force, or coercion, then he could be found guilty, they said.
I almost think there's too much stuff for the jury to wade through. There's so much.
Number 2, the prosecution laid out its theory of how Combs' employees operated as a criminal enterprise. And there was a lot of evidence of that. And also then number 3, Combs tampered with 2 witnesses after settling a lawsuit. There's evidence of that. And Combs, he brought a book to court.
What book?
It doesn't say. It's called The Happiness Advantage by Sean Anker, described as an engaging, deeply researched guide to flourishing in a world of increasing stress and negativity.
Well, he's stressed.
I can tell. There was panic as a flaming object was seen streaking across the skies of several southern states, sparking panic, confusion, as no explosion or fire was reported on the ground. Police scanner, and there is video of this, as in Spartansburg, South Carolina, captured a call from a woman who reported a giant ball of fire falling out of the sky. And then others saw it as well. I'm not crazy. I saw a huge ball of fire fall from the sky in East Tennessee around the Cherokee National Forest, a firefighter wrote. Anyone else see it? Yeah, others responded, yes, they had seen it. Some thought it might have been a falling aircraft, but no reports of that. The National Weather Service said that many reports from across the southeast U.S. said it was not certain, but the satellite-based lightning detection shows a streak within a cloud-free sky over the border, so the weather monitors radar detected something.
See, I always think these are marketing things for the Superman movie.
I don't believe it is. I don't believe so. No, I think it. So they're saying it was most likely a meteor, and you do see them sometimes in the daytime.
Yeah.
The Prime Minister of Armenia has vowed to prove his faith by dropping his trousers to the head of the church.
Excuse me?
Nikol Pashinyan was challenged to prove his member is uncircumcised in a bitter feud played out over social media. The Armenian priest accused Mr. Pashinyan of being snipped on Monday, implying that he was not Christian in the deeply religious West Asian country. The priest, Father Zera Ashrunyan, said, "I believe that our apostolic holy church must immediately cleanse itself of these false believers who are traitors to the nation and have dishonored the memory of their ancestors, broken the vow of baptism, and replaced the seal of the Holy Cross with the sign of circumcision." This enraged the country's leader, who shot back with a fiery Facebook post on Tuesday suggesting he would be willing to show himself to the church's supreme leader.
There you go.
Karakan II.
Have a look at that.
Yeah. He addressed Karakan II by his birth name, Christian Nisharyan, saying he was ready to accept his spokesperson and prove the opposite about being circumcised. Well,
you either are or you aren't, and
Yeah, take him up on it then. Take him up on it.
I also think it's none of anybody's business, but
Well, it's God's business,
okay.
Gina,
Well, then God
apparently.
knows. You
Yeah.
God already knows.
Apparently, it's God's
You don't
business.
have to show
I don't know.
anybody.
Let's see. A mom has gained viral attention after finding an unexpected discovery in her house. She's lived there for a long time, and she noticed that the oven's side posts were wiggling a little bit while vacuuming. She said, "This house has been riddled with problems since we moved in. I thought, oh, great, something else is broken." And then she pulls on this side post, and it comes out, and it's like a little a little shelving unit that's been there ever. I mean, they've lived there forever. It's 104.
A spice rack? Is it a spice rack?
It's kind of looks like a spice rack.
That's
It's
awesome.
a 145-year-old house. They've lived there for a long time. Never. I mean, it would be
Secret
kind
spice
of
rack?
it would be kind of odd, wouldn't it? This has been here all the time. I didn't even know. Squid Game is back. 6 months has passed.
The final
Yeah.
season.
So 6 months has passed since the season 2 premiere, and there's a lot of things to keep track of. I would advise you to find yourself a recap of the first half of the season, because it was a long time ago, and some of it's difficult to remember. So because there was a lot going on, but there's I think 6 more episodes of Squid Game, and I'll watch it. I'm a sucker for it. I
don't have to feel bad about that, Bill.
Spence brought it up this morning as soon as he walked in.
Who did?
Spencer.
Spencer likes Squid Game a lot.
I guess he does.
Gina, you should seek this out.
What's that?
Living Color
Yes?
played a Tiny Desk concert for NPR.
Oh, I do
love
need to
Tiny
find
Desk
that.
concerts.
Yeah, I saw Post Malone do one that was just incredible. It's
Me and Dr. White love Living Color.
It's on. You guys are the only two. It's
Tiny
on.
Desk.
It's on. It's available on NPR's.
Oh,
I
there
think,
it is.
websites. Yeah, and
Thanks.
they did several songs. And what is he wearing? You could just look for NPR Music Tiny Desk Concert.
Yep, I got it.
And is he wearing a Santa hat? No.
Here, I'm gonna
there.
tag Dr. Paul in this so he can see it.
There you go.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Bob Dylan just he was doing a show Wednesday night in Tennessee, and he performed the song "The Times There Are Changin'"
And he hasn't done that in a while?
for the first time in 15 years. One of his classic songs. The performance took place during Dylan and Willie Nelson's Outlaw Music Festival tour. Both of them are in, they're both so damned old, and yet they still do this. It's amazing. The last time Dylan had performed the track, he recorded the song originally in 1964. The last time he did it was during an event at the White House in 2010 that celebrated the music from the civil rights movement. Bob Dylan is 83. Amazing. Let's see. That's about it, I think. Oh, this is kind of interesting. There's a sport called vaulting.
Okay, like in gymnastics?
It's an equestrian sport.
It is?
Yes, and there's a festival, the World Equestrian Festival, this weekend in Aachen, Germany. It is like doing gymnastics.
Oh, it is gymnastics.
On the back of a
Okay.
horse while a horse is trotting around in a circle.
Oh, I've seen videos of this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've just watched some pictures. I just looked at some pictures of it. It's really insane. I
You
don't
go to
know.
x96.com/live.
There's
Yeah,
somebody,
I've seen this before. I
The
didn't know that's what it was
strength.
called.
but
The
there's
strength.
actually a competition. It's called vaulting, and it's there's one shot where they do flips in the air and land back down on the horse.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, this says, think soccer's tough, try handstands on a horse.
Yep.
Amen.
And the horse has to keep steady,
Yeah.
cannot change their gait at all, cannot be distracted by whatever is going on top of them.
Yeah, you have to have the horse trained beautifully to do it.
That's a lot.
It's and it's there. It's you should just look at some videos of it. It's amazing.
Mhm.
All right, that's it.
Any weather at all?
Yeah. Well, Katie, we always have weather.
Always weather.
Look out the window. There's weather.
It's 82 right now. Going to get up to a high of 94 today. Overnight low 66. We stay in the mid 90s all the way through the weekend. No chance of rain or anything. It's just pretty steady. We do get even hotter, though, by the first part of next week. Monday, 98. Tuesday, 97. I'm looking all the way ahead through the 4th of July. No rain, no cool down in sight.
We need that.
So I would implore you to be responsible with your fireworks.
Please.
Okay. I will.
Cascade Collision Repair, Utah's leader for certified repairs. Get a free estimate online at cascadecollision.com or in person, including their newest location in West Valley.
All right, after these messages, we've got the final 10 of the best movie list coming up for you.
Radio from Hell, the first morning show in Salt Lake to be a part of the Pride Festival and ride in the Gay Pride Parade. We don't care what other people think about you or what they say. We're here for you. Carrie, Bill, and Gina, Radio from Hell on X96.
9:33.
We have a sponsor for this, the remaining list. Visit your locally owned and operated Big O Tires today. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
All right.
We've been running through the list, the New York Times list of the best movies of the 21st century. They've been releasing this a little bit at a time throughout the week. A couple of interesting things about how they compiled this list. They asked a bunch of actors, directors, musicians for their list, and they used that. And you can read all of those individual lists.
Yeah. Oh, that's
which is
cool.
kind of cool. The other cool thing is when you're reading the list, there are two little boxes you can check, like, oh, I've seen it, or I want to watch it, kind of as a bookmark thing.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. And if you want to watch it, there's a link you can click, and it'll show you where it's streaming.
Oh,
or
that's
where
convenient.
Right? So help you find some
That's
of these.
nice.
So some of them are easy to find. Some of them, especially the foreign films
Yeah.
and things, not so much. So we are up to the top 10.
Mm-hmm.
And I have skipped ahead and looked, and my guess is people are going to not care for.
Really?
We'll see.
Okay.
Some of them you might.
And I guess, are these supposed to be the best 10, or is this just overall a list of 100 great movies? Not necessarily.
No, they're ranked.
Okay.
They're ranked.
All right.
And actually, if you go through, like I went through and looked at the individual lists that the actors and directors sent in of their favorites, and you will see these movies pop up again and again. So I think they just took the average of what. So they're in agreement.
And then you'll see movies that you've never heard of, or that are so weird you think, what?
Yep. Number 10, another David Fincher film, The Social Network. This is the one
about Facebook.
About
right?
Facebook.
Yeah.
Jesse Eisenberg.
Shows you what a creep he is.
Mhm.
What a creep. What's his name is?
Zuckerberg.
Zuckerberg. Mark Zuckerberg.
It's how Facebook got started.
And they're talking about, of course, this was written by, I'm so tired. I'm walking and talking guy.
West Wing.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, Sorkin.
So, Aaron Sorkin. Written by Aaron Sorkin.
Yeah.
He's talking about writing a sequel.
Oh, well, there's more there. That's number 10. Number 9, a lovely film, Spirited Away.
Scary film. This film is a little too scary for. It's an animated.
It's a
Miyazaki animated film, and it's a little bit too frightening for young kids.
I like Kiki's Delivery Service.
I watched that in first grade.
Kiki's Delivery Service.
My favorite is Our Friend Totoro.
We also watched that in first grade.
Number 8, Get Out. Jordan
That's
Peele.
a good one.
Creepy.
Jordan Peele has done very good with his movies.
Oh, yeah. Really, really good. Number 7, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
It's a good movie. Heartbreaking movie, but so good.
Another screenplay by Charlie Kaufman. It's Kate Winslet and Jim Carrey. It's a hard one to watch.
It is, but it's beautiful.
But it makes you think.
It does.
Is it better to remember?
Yep.
It's better to remember. Let's see. Number 6.
I spend my days trying to forget.
Oh, this is a great one. No Country for Old Men, the Coen brothers.
Yep.
Javier Bardem often pops up on lists of best villains ever.
Yes.
Anton Chigurh.
Yep. Just a great film there. Let's see. Number 5. I have not seen this. Moonlight.
I didn't see it either. People do say it's a beautiful movie, though.
What people remember about Moonlight, unfortunately, is this is the year at the Oscars that Faye Dunaway and Warren Beatty were presenting the award for Best Picture.
Oh.
And they misread La La Land.
That's right.
Moonlight. Let's see. Yeah, it's Mahershala. Who's and another film coming out really soon. I thought that Sean Means was telling us about. Let's see. Number 4. I've never heard of this movie.
In the Mood for Love.
Do you know this movie?
I do not.
This says soon
I
after.
know the actors.
This says soon after a journalist and a secretary, both married to other people, move into the same crowded Hong Kong building in 1962. They brush past each other in a mesmerizing slow motion. Sparks don't fly, they smolder. They keep on burning in this rapturously beautiful romance in which he inscribes desire in every glance and unspoken word. A sensuous curve of a woman's back becomes an emblem of longing, while tendrils of smoke from a man's cigarette express the ache of life's impermanence.
You know,
this movie.
that's what, when I smoked, that's what the smoke from a cigarette always said to me.
Yeah.
Life's impermanence.
Really quick, going back to Mahershala Ali,
Mhm.
he's in Jurassic World, the new one coming
That's
out next
I knew
week.
it was something that was coming out soon.
That's what it is.
Sophia Coppola of this movie says, "It really blew my mind you could make films this way." I've never even heard of this. I guess that's what these lists are good for. Like, if that many people say, no, this is fantastic.
Yeah, when it's the top 5.
Mm-hmm.
Number 3, There Will Be Blood. There Will Be
I
Blood.
drink your milkshake.
Paul Thomas Anderson.
I drink it up.
It's interesting these same directors pop up again and
Yeah.
again and again.
Mhm.
This is about blood and oil. Daniel Day-Lewis, of course, with the line that Bill was saying there. Number 2. I'm wondering if this is because he just died.
No.
No?
No.
Number 2?
There are. I think particularly, our directors and actors think this is a brilliant movie.
So it's David Lynch's Mulholland Drive.
They say it's his masterpiece.
Yeah, David Lynch's perverse fairy tale tracks the downward spiral of a bright-eyed young actress, Betty, a revelatory Naomi Watts in a career-defining performance, who stumbles into a dangerous labyrinth mystery shortly after arriving in Los Angeles. Filled with doubles, this is one of Lynch's bleakest, most terrifying films and among his most emotionally devastating. It's also one of the great movies about Hollywood, a dark mirror where the dreams turn into nightmares. Maybe that's why all the filmmakers and actors like it, because it's a Hollywood movie. And the number 1 movie of the 21st century
So far,
this is according to the New York Times, Parasite.
Okay.
Bong Joon-ho. It's good.
yeah, it's great. It's really great.
It is.
It's a tale of haves and have-nots, a ferocious rebuke on the devastations of neoliberalism. Bong Joon-ho's pleasurably kinked and unsettling shocker follows a destitute family as it insinuates itself into a wealthy household. It's cool.
Yeah.
And it's oddly satisfying.
Yeah, I would say that.
But the number 1 movie?
Well, Julianne Moore voted for it as her number 1 movie. And then you can click and see what other movies she voted for.
Oh, what else did she?
The 40-Year-Old Virgin.
Really?
Super Bad.
Okay.
Phantom Thread.
Yeah.
Parasite. Lost in Translation. Amour. The Black Swan. I can't read that one. There's some of the... Ex Machina.
Mm-hmm.
And what's this one? I have to open it up so I can read it.
Yeah, there's a whole list of all of the
A Sanctuary and a Prison.
Never heard of it.
No. Oh, wait a minute. No, the film is called Dogtooth.
Never heard of it.
No, never heard of it. But Julianne Moore has.
Yeah, you've got Pedro Almodovar, Pamela Anderson, Elizabeth Banks, Mike Birbiglia, Mel Brooks, Toni Collette, Sophia Coppola, Brian Cox.
I want to go through Mel Brooks and Elizabeth Banks. Those are the 2 I'd go through.
Stephen King, Nathan Lane, John Lithgow. It's kind of fun to see what their favorites are.
I would love to know what Stephen King's favorites are. They all horror movies at this point?
I don't think they are.
I'm sure they're not.
Let me see. Where's Stephen? Let's do this quickly. Stephen King's are Black Hawk Down, great movie.
Yep.
Brokeback Mountain, Children of Men, No Country for Old Men, $1 Million Baby.
That movie was sad.
Oh, Brother, Where Art Thou? Oppenheimer, The Departed, Train to Busan. That's the only horror movie on here.
Huh, interesting. Okay.
And The Rule of Jenny Penn. I've never heard of that one.
That's the new one.
I just told you about it.
Oh, is that the doll?
John Lithgow and
yeah, with that weird doll.
Yeah.
What's his name?
I'm too tired.
Other old guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's captain in the in the Pirates of the Caribbean, and Jeffrey Rush.
There you go.
Jeffrey Rush.
Yeah, those are Stephen King's.
Yeah, the legend of Jenny Penn.
So I posted a link to this list on my Facebook and on my Twitter page.
And guess what we can finally play after this whole week of going through this list?
We hope you'd enjoyed another list with Radio from Hell on X96.
Yes.
Epic, man.
I did that on purpose. All right, coming up after these messages, we are going to crawl, messages in a song. We are going to crawl towards the weekend, finally.
And we're going to Boner of the Week.
Oh,
quickly.
yes, we have Boner of the Week. Dave the Flower Guy's out there waiting for us. But first, Utah Advocates.
The advocates, accidents happen. They do. And very often they are not your fault. Some chucklehead slams into you and ruins your life for a while.
We had a friend of the program call a couple days ago who said he was in a really bad accident, put him in the hospital, and he said, I remember hearing you guys talk about the advocates. And he said, I called them, and they helped me out so much. He had nothing but nice things to say.
801-355-5550. You can call the advocates. You don't pay a dime out of your pocket throughout the whole process. You don't pay for the phone call. You don't pay for the process. They get you a settlement, and that's when they take a portion of it. 801-355-5550. You can call the advocates 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Don't hesitate to do it. If you've been injured in an accident and you're pretty sure it's not your fault, they can help you determine that on the phone, too. Also, you can chat with them online 24 hours a day, 7 days a week by going to their website, utawadvocates.com.
Coming
62, Eve 6. I love that song.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
It's time for Boner of the Week.
Yes.
Is that why he's here?
He being Dave the Flower Guy.
It's Dangerous Dave. Dangerous Dave, the flower guy.
Yeah.
The danger man himself. Dave, you'll see Dave overusing his scooter.
He's a busy man. He's got places to go.
He's driving around,
He's
getting
got
in trouble.
flowers to sell.
I can't help it. He's got flowers to sell. He's wearing out everybody and every piece of machinery he ever has.
Ivy is wondering if you're doing flowers today, since you don't have your scooter. Are you going to? No. Yeah, you walk. She said you walked like 3 miles yesterday. That's a lot.
Yeah, that's too much. Is your scooter down for the count? It's out of commission.
Pretty much, because it's out, so she's trying to figure it out.
All
We're
right.
trying to figure it out.
All right. Well, Dave, it's time to do the boner of the week.
Okay.
Today, take your mind off of all those other problems. It's time for Danger Dave to pick the boner of the week.
Yeah.
All right, David, here we go. Monday's boner candidate. Maybe we can stop terrorists with a well-kept lawn and garden. Oh, that's that kid who's in somehow. Did I hear you? No, that was Big Balls that resigned.
Yeah, no, this guy's
still in there.
unqualified guy is still there.
Yeah, on his resume, so he's in charge of Homeland Security or part of it, and his previous job was he was a landscaper. He worked on lawns.
Wait a minute, I knew that.
Yeah, Dave could do that.
Yeah, he's 22 years old.
You wouldn't work for Trump, though, would you? No.
Now we had boner candidate number 2 from Tuesday. Hetero Awesome Fest flops in Boise. Oh, that just did my heart good. Guy tries to organize this Hetero Awesome Week, and he's having a 2-day festival. Like maybe 30 people showed up for this deal. Boner candidate number 3 from Wednesday. It's not the strict abortion law. It's the Democrats that are to blame. This woman in Florida, Republican woman in Florida, I think she's a legislator. She got pregnant. It was an ectopic pregnancy. Her doctors were kind of afraid to do anything that she wanted them to do about it because of the strict abortion laws in Florida.
They could lose their license.
Yeah. And she claims that the reason the doctors are hesitant is they've been made afraid by liberals. Liberal Democrats have been saying, if you do something with these strict abortion laws, you could lose your license.
No, that's what the law says that you passed.
Yeah. Boner candidate number 4 from yesterday, dangerous protesters in wheelchairs. You could have been one of these people, Dave. Dangerous Dave and his scooter. They were peaceful protests in Washington, D.C., U.S. Capitol. But they shoot them out, and some of them were in wheelchairs, and they got all of them had their hands zip-tied by Capitol Police. And then boner candidate number 5 from today. If you say, I don't recall when testifying under oath, that means you did it. So, David, which one is the boner of the week?
Number 4.
Number 4. It's the abortion law one, right? Yeah.
Yeah, she had to call. She didn't have to. She called Governor DeSantis. Because everybody can do that when they're at the hospital and can't get the care that they want. Governor DeSantis, will you tell these doctors to give me this procedure?
Actually, I think I read she never heard from him.
Oh, she tried to call.
Yeah, she did try to call him, but never heard from him. All right, Dave, thank you. I hope you get your scooter back.
Yeah.
It's
we might have to go up to
a bigger size?
Yeah.
Oh.
Let's get you a Harley Davidson.
There you go.
One of those trikes.
Exactly, that's what I was thinking too.
Danger Dave.
They're looking at adult tricycles for me.
They are looking at a tricycle.
Okay. Because it'll get me more exercise.
You used to have one, didn't you?
Yeah.
A long time ago.
Then it got stolen.
So dumb.
Okay, Dave, you've got a new headphone radio set.
Yeah.
Hang on to it. Don't look.
He's got it. He's holding it right now.
Don't let it get stolen again.
No.
All right.
Thanks, Dave. Promo?
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Then we can go.
Okay. I found it.
Okay.
Oh, it's me, isn't it? It's time for a weekend of rest.
Bill and I are going to bed right after the show Friday.
Not together.
Hell no, in our own very separate, totally different houses.
God, thank you for clearing that up.
Radio from Hell, returning full strength and fully rested Monday morning here on X96.
You sure you don't want to just cuddle?
Well, you guys may be fully rested. I'm not sure about Carrie.
Yeah, so we'll be, if you've bought tickets for Salt Lake Acting Company on Sunday, we will see you there.
Mm-hmm.
If you didn't, we will be recording a podcast that you'll be able to listen to later.
I will edit it and get it posted by Monday afternoon.
Okay.
All right. Well, thanks, you guys.
Thanks, Katie.
It's been
I know
fun to cover.
It's been extra work for Katie. Thank you, and everybody else that helped out extra.
Yeah, big time.
Oh! Before we go, I just read this email. I wasn't quite sure about this. Afa Alu.
The memorial.
Yeah, it's today.
Oh, okay.
At the Salt Palace Grand Ballroom. Doors open at 5. Come dressed in your favorite Afa original. This is the gentleman who was accidentally shot at the 50-51 protest in Salt Lake.
The No Kings.
Says, come dressed in your favorite Afa original. Wear bold island prints or flowing fabrics or pulatasi, which I don't know what that is, in his memory. Let's celebrate his light, his creativity, and the love he gave so generously. All are welcome. Presented by Creative Pacific with the blessing and support of the Afa Alu family. And this is
5 o'clock tonight, Salt Palace Grand Ballroom.
There you go.
All right. Thanks again. Loved covering. I'm kind of excited to be back in my producer's booth next week. As Carrie would say, live long and prosper, bitches.
Don't you know who I am?
You can go nap now. It's time for a nap.
Corey's definitely not napping, covering.